Russ Martin Show.
Here's Calvert's phone number. No.
You found it?
Rob did.
Oh, no.
Rob, where did you find Calvert's number?
Did a couple of searches, put some things together, and found out where he lives and got his number from that.
All right, let me see if he answers. That's the wrong number. Hold on. Dan, who's on the hotline?
You.
Huh?
You?
Oh. No more whiskey, Clay. Is that a chick for Gavin on 5? Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Russ. How are you?
Fine.
Good. I was just going to say that if Gavin needs a date for Sunday afternoon, I'll be more than happy to go to the aquarium with him.
How old are you?
I am 27. I'm fairly new to Dallas.
Where are you from?
I am from a small town out west.
Hold on, can you, for a half second? Close, something's on fire, I can smell it.
No, it's just these stuff. There's nothing on fire.
I smell it too.
Yeah, I do too.
I never smelt that before. What's burning?
This Zippo.
Oh, it's the Zippo lighter he's using.
Check the carpet over there.
All right.
Because the last time we did something in here, he burned a hole in the console.
There was something in the trash. It caught on fire, but I put it out.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's out. No.
Did it burn through the trash can?
No, it's on top. You can see right where it burnt.
Piece of paper. He burned. He started a fire in the trash can.
All right. I'm sorry. What do you look like, Sheila? How tall are you?
I'm 5'2", and I weigh about 115 pounds. I have big blue eyes and brown hair. What?
Where do you live?
I live in North Dallas.
Yeah. Where are you right now?
I'm at home.
Yeah. Would you like to come by and see Gavin? See if there would be a connection?
Sure. You'll have to tell me where you're located.
All right. What part of Dallas are you on?
I'm in the north part of it.
Like?
So I would be coming down probably 35.
All right. Give me a cross street where you are.
635 and 75.
Okay. All right. You're just giving me a vibe on how long it take you to get here.
Right.
Okay.
She's
I'm
been down the
sorry.
tollway.
All right. Hold on.
I'm new here, so I'm not really quite
That's
sure.
okay. Hold on. Gavin.
Yeah.
You want to meet this chick?
Sure.
Okay. How long are you going to be here?
I'll be here for a while.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No. How long before you leave, sweetie?
Me?
Yeah.
It'll probably be 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. You'll probably make it. Yeah. What is it about Gavin that turns you on?
I just feel so bad for him. Y'all are always giving him a hard time. I listen to you every day, and you're always giving him a hard time. And then that bitch was totally mean to him a while ago, and I just don't think that's right.
So it's sort of a mercy
So I'd
day.
like to make it up to him.
Were you impressed by the fact that Gavin can actually?
Yes, I am. That's pretty impressive, because my dog can't even do that.
I tell you what, I'll let the $500 go on the vet bill if we can do the three-way.
What?
How about that? I have a couple people in mind.
Are you kidding?
Mm-mm.
I thought we went over this before.
Well, now you have an incentive.
I don't know. Maybe. Slight chance.
Would you want to have drinks with the prospects ahead of time, or you just want me to pick one and surprise you?
Oh, well, I mean, if we did it, yeah, I'd have to have numerous drinks. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh.
Celebrating. Mm-hmm. It's Arbitron Day. When can I set this up?
Well, let me ask you this then. Say that I consider this.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there going to be any guidelines? Like, are you going to be able to have sex with this prospect?
No.
You hesitated. That's comforting.
Well, I'll work you into the situation to where you feel comfortable, and then I'll slip it in anyway.
Yeah. You don't do that. You set the rules and you abide by them.
You will not.
All right, then I won't sleep with her.
Does she have to stay?
You mean after we're done?
Yeah.
No.
What about foreplay?
You do need to lay out all the rules. That way nobody gets their feelings hurt.
Foreplay with who? You can have foreplay with her.
Foreplay with you.
Can she touch Russell at all?
Yeah, she and I can touch back and forth, right?
No kissing. That's too intimate.
I can't kiss?
That's up to you guys. I'm out of it. I should stay clear.
All right. What if you have foreplay with her, and I enjoy?
Oh, but I'm asking for foreplay with you.
I give you foreplay. I've given you foreplay before.
You give me foreplay. Are you serious?
Yes.
You are kidding me.
We have foreplay.
Oh, okay. So let me get this straight, so make sure I have this definition correctly. You telling me to spit on it is foreplay? Is that right?
The Russ Martin Show.
Chuck has said after the show, he said, I don't want to know if it's fake or not. I like to be ignorant.
That is real.
I don't understand why I forgot most of it.
I remember everything but the dancer part and the fact she was married.
What are y'all talking about?
Somehow we got off on Gavin's old relationships yesterday.
Okay.
And there was one that we went back through. I'd forgotten 80% of it.
How long ago was it?
About 3 years.
Oh, that's probably why.
But these were things that I wouldn't forget.
Like what?
I forgot where he met her. It's not pertinent. He was a little iffy on her on different occasions about really being on the up and up.
I see.
So they're going away for July 4th week. Going to go up to his parents.
Right.
He's at home packing. Meet you here at this time. Maybe we have some sex before we go.
Yeah.
Well, she understood half of that. The time passes. Now Gavin's starting to get suspicious.
Sure.
He decides to go check one of the places that she normally hangs out.
Okay.
Sets in the parking lot. Sees her car. So he backs to the back of the parking lot and waits. Doesn't go in.
Right.
Even though she's late, and now, at this point, he knows something's up.
Right.
Sits out there about 5 minutes. She comes out with a guy, holding hands. They start making out, leaning on her car.
I'd forgotten that, too, if I ever knew it.
Gavin decides just to drive home. No confrontation, nothing. Not even call her on her cell just to see if he rated enough for her to pull her tongue out of the guy's mouth to answer.
He didn't even ram his car into her car?
No.
I think you'd do that at a minimum.
Well, the story, I think we ate up an entire segment on this. And I just kept waiting because I knew at the end there was going to be some poetic justice.
Okay.
And as you wait for it, things just layer and get worse.
Well, how so?
He calls her after what he saw.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, I'm ready to go. Got my stuff packed. Gavin said, I already saw what happened in the parking lot.
Yeah, you're not explaining that away.
She said, well, let me come over and explain. Her story was she'd been trying to break up with this guy, and he just wouldn't take no for an answer.
So she had to make out with him in the parking lot.
Right. But this has no punchline, so don't wait for one.
Okay.
Gavin decides to take her on the trip anyway. Did you know any of this?
Some of it, I knew he had some sort of bizarre scenario with a woman, but, it's been 3 years.
Well, he had a couple of them, and this one, obviously, I'd blurred back and forth with the other one. The other one was squirrely, too.
Yeah.
So he decides to take her. And the only thing that we can think of is, all right, I got the one up on this guy for the time being. If I take her to Boston, he can't screw her while I'm there. So at least she's safe for a while, unless my dad decides to bust a nut on her.
Right.
Gavin said that wasn't the reason.
What was the reason?
I don't know. I can't understand any of it.
He wouldn't tell you what the reason was?
Did he tell anybody and I missed it?
No, he didn't really have an answer why.
I thought he said he kind of didn't want to have to answer to his parents why all of a sudden he showed up alone when they were planning on meeting her.
Why don't you tell him anything? Tell him the truth. So they have the trip. They come back. He lays down the law.
Okay.
But he's still suspicious. So now she's in the shower. He decides to go through her phone.
Okay.
Finds a message from the other guy.
Of course.
She gets out of the shower. He tells her that's it, get out. I'm leaving something else out.
And they're done.
Oh, that's right. The guy that she was banging, was married with 2 or 3 kids.
Was he a musician or something? He played guitar?
That was the other relationship.
Okay, that's why I'm confused, because I'm like you, I think I'm blurring 2 stories.
You're still missing out one element.
Also, at another point in time, Gavin found a wedding ring in her closet. So she was also married.
Nice.
Didn't do anything to anybody. Just ended it and said, you know what, I'm going to be stronger from this. You're a fool.
Russ laid down the law about chicks having guy friends. In fact, we have that on the Weekend Review in cut 4.
All right. Is it worth listening to?
Oh, yes.
Was it just something I can retell, or is there a punchline to it?
It's a punchline. It's what to do.
Gavin.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Kevin.
You doing what? All right, everybody stop. I've had 2 people point in 3 different directions where the CD is with the best of. Don't nobody do nothing. I'll find it. All right. Where are you?
Into my office.
Why did you explain again why you went ahead and took that chick to Boston? If you're talking to me through the mic, it ain't on.
Because I know my parents would be waiting there. So.
All right. Well, why was that important for them to meet her? Especially since you should have known at that point the relationship was over.
They had already met her.
Okay.
It was just a spur of the moment decision, and it was a wrong decision.
But you said you didn't take her just so you could keep tabs on her.
Oh.
It was all just a presentation for your parents.
No, it wasn't just that. She spun it in a way she'd never do it again. And
Gavin, you had just seen her make out with a guy a half an hour prior.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You're leaving something out because even after the show, we talked about it in the studio trying to figure out what it is that we don't get. And we don't get any of it.
You guys are more wigged than I am. And that's fine. I totally forgot about it. It's not even an aspect of my life right now.
Yes, it is.
Oh, see, that's where you're so wrong. You're absolutely... I never even think about it.
You said you ran into her about 6 months ago, and you got that sick feeling in your chest.
Yeah.
So obviously, you haven't dealt with whatever happened. What is it you're leaving out?
I got a sick feeling in my chest because I saw someone that, quite honestly, I wanted out of my life. So when you see that person, you get that feeling. And then I just went back to my table, and that feeling went away.
Did you have feelings for her, Gavin? Is that why maybe you cut her more slack than you would most chicks?
Back then, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't cut a chick slack that's getting it from somebody else.
Well,
and one of Gavin's reasons for not going after the guy was he seemed like he was nice.
No.
That's what you said.
That was the first guy.
All right.
This guy I had no dealings with whatsoever.
So why didn't you confront him?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not a confrontational person when it comes to that thing. My philosophy has always been, if the girl wants to go ahead and sleep with someone else, that's not the guy's problem. That's my problem with her. I drop her.
But you knew later that he was aware of you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was aware of me from day one. Apparently, I was scammed because she went from person to person and, hung out and had sex with people or whatever, and then she, would have this guy on the side.
And you don't think there should be any punishment that could come from that? Or should come from that?
What good is that going to do? What am I going to do?
You make his life a living hell like he made
Not
yours.
just him, both of them.
Well, yeah.
Gavin didn't do anything to either one of them.
They didn't make my... It was a temporary living hell, which I got over very quickly. I don't have space in my life for these people. If someone screws me over, they're gone. See you later. Bye. Done. I move on.
Well, time takes care of that, but in the immediate time surrounding the event, something needs to happen to somebody.
Yeah, I thought about it, contemplated it, and then I just decided to move on.
And at no point in time, when you're sitting in the parking lot watching them make out, you thought about getting out of the car?
Oh, I absolutely did. Both times. And I probably should have. Looking back on it, I should have pulled my car up, and I should have just said, just went off on both of them, took off. I should have got on the plane, went by myself. When my parents confronted me, I would just say, this happened.
Unless you're lying to me about something, it sounds like the only reason you took her was to keep from being embarrassed in front of your parents.
It was a spur-of-the-moment decision. She spun it that way, and, yeah, it came up. I'm like, oh, God.
She's good.
Real good.
Oh, she's real good. Are you kidding? My parents thought for sure I was marrying this girl.
Did you ever give them the backstory on what happened later?
Oh, absolutely. I told them about everything except that she was a dancer. That part didn't need to be said.
I think they need to know that.
No, I don't think they do.
Explains everything else.
They don't need to know that stuff.
Well, it explains the behavior for her, not for Gavin.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
You see them in the parking lot. They're going at it back and forth. As simplistic as this sounds, it becomes very cavemanish. That's my woman. Somebody else is tonguing them. You don't just watch it and then skimper off on your dinosaur.
As we drive home. Nice day. At least the weather's turning nice.
Yeah. Well, I have time to make my flight since somebody else has already asked my girlfriend.
Hey, it was a different time in my life.
Gavin, it was 3 years ago. You haven't changed that much.
Oh, I've changed totally. I can't date dancers anymore because, when she went out to dance, after I found out that she danced, my stomach would turn.
Oh, you didn't know she was a dancer before?
No, I had no idea she was.
Where did you meet her?
I met her at Tom Likas event.
All right. How did you find out she was a dancer?
I found out she was a dancer because I was, when I said that I found out she was married, she had talked to me before that about, maybe getting into dancing because she wanted to.
All right, stop. You're confusing me. You're skewing the timeline. How did you find out she was a dancer? Did she tell you? Or somebody else tell you? Or you just walked into a topless bar by accident?
I confronted her about one thing, and then I just threw it out there. And I know for a fact that
Stop.
you've been dancing.
Yeah, you're being vague again. How did you find out she was a dancer? I don't want to know about anything else. Just tell me that part.
I threw it out there, and she admitted it.
How did you...
How did you get the microphone?
I just told you.
You just said you threw it out. How did you find out?
That's what I'm saying.
Stop! Is this pissing anybody else off?
Yeah.
Seriously.
The question you need to ask is, how did you get suspicious to just throw it out
I
there?
just asked, how did you find out she was a dancer? I threw it out and she admitted it.
Can I help?
I bet.
He said early on she had mentioned that she thought about being a dancer for the extra money. Then I guess he baited her and said, "Are you a dancer?"
Okay,
and she fell
stop.
for it.
So you didn't know she was a dancer and you just threw it out to see what came back?
Correct.
I'm as drained as I was yesterday. So you knew she was married at this point, then you threw out the dancer thing.
Yes.
Why were you still with her even though now you found out she was married?
Well, she was legally separated.
Well, there's not really any such thing.
Yeah, well,
you're separated or you're legally divorced.
No, that's true. That's true.
Now, did you find out afterwards that she wasn't really separated?
No. No, she was separated.
Oh, okay.
She was separated.
Well, then I owe her an apology.
No, you don't. You don't owe her anything. It's love is blind.
Gavin, this is not blind. This is... I don't want to use the word pathetic because you had to go through it, but that's the only thing I know to say. And I've done pathetic things in the past in relationships, but I can't imagine watching her make out with somebody and then taking her on a trip.
Yeah, the plane was leaving about an hour and 15 minutes later.
I don't care if it's 3 days from now.
And 3 years later, Russ, if I had to make the decision again, bang! Yeah.
Feel my pimp hand.
Exactly.
Do what?
That was
the punchline for
yeah.
Well, it'll still be fun.
Yes.
I don't know why that pisses me. It didn't happen to me.
I know. I can't even.
And I think with Gavin, that happened 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Gavin, how long was it ago that you went on the trip with that chick?
Almost about 2.5, 3 years ago.
You were at home, you're packing for the trip.
I had told her.
Do I have the right cut?
Yes.
All right.
Her show up to my house early, so we can have some fun before we get on the plane. And she never showed up.
How'd you know where to go find her?
She had mentioned that she has guy friends, and he was one of them. She had said that...
That's the first thing that we eliminate. The guy friends, when they... Why is this distorted?
I'm not sure. It came straight off the...
What, Dan?
The tape.
It sounded okay earlier. Give that to you up front. That's setting the stage for them to go hang out with them. What?
There's some sand in it, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Oh, I have no clue. It went digital to digital.
Do whatever. I told you about it.
Don't be jealous.
Nothing's going on. Everybody has friends. I just got guy friends. You don't.
Exactly.
Have one guy friend, and bam! Feel my pimp hand.
Where'd that come from?
Dan, that's not a... Don't write that down for me.
Oh, it's a lesson everyone needs to learn.
That was, what was it from?
Just Bigelow.
Yeah. Eddie Griffin.
Oh, okay.
He plays the man whore pimp.
Right.
And I guess he was just throwing out his edicts. What to do, what not to do.
She-mail stuff.
Yeah. He-mail.
Bam! Feel my pimp hand.
Very nice.
All right. I don't know what else to ask him about it. I feel empty.
Why?
Because somebody
sounds like you said wrote emails.
There's no end to this story.
said, you actually sounds like you're having fun with this. I realize you're trying to help Gavin with the problems of his exes cheating on him, but it really seemed like you were enjoying it. Am I wrong?
No, not yesterday.
It was happy about his pain.
It was a strain. It was draining.
Yeah. So it was like it was happening to us, real time, and I can't explain that.
Well, because you're watching a movie and you want things to happen, and it doesn't play out, and you go, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to save it for the end, and somebody gets pushed out of a building or gets hit by something. Mm-hmm. It's always some horrific death, and you feel better about everything. This one doesn't have it.
It's like a real intense movie where a lot of bad things happen, and you come out tired.
But there's some type of end.
Sometimes there's a resolve.
The bad guy doesn't get away, usually.
Yeah.
And there were so many places he could have got the bad guy.
Yeah.
Both of them.
He could have threatened both, the married guy, here's video you making out with her. With her, it could have been...
Bam!
Feel my pimp hand.
But every step of the way, he just, not only did he let it go, there was no punishment, and it continued.
Right.
At least Chloe caught his chick cheating once, stayed with her, but he made her buy her a Pep Boys go-kart.
That sounds fair.
5 horsepower.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She immediately started buying him things. Chloe goes, all right, well, obviously I'm going to make a list.
Right.
They're at Pep Boys. He said, I want that. Yeah, not the 2-seater. I want the single-seat go-kart. You don't get to profit from any of this. Line. Don't want to take any of these. 2. How we doing, Chloe?
I need a break.
I'm tired again.
We haven't even told Everett because he noticed the scratch down Trey's car while we were standing up front.
Yeah, that's a doozy. What happened?
Trey had an incident last weekend.
I would have gathered as much.
It was a breakup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From the blonde?
Yeah.
Didn't go well, I take it?
No. Didn't go well at all.
Very nice, Everett.
Happy to oblige. What happened?
I don't want to cover this again.
Okay.
You can tell him during the break. Yeah. We've been through it too many different times. I'm sorry, Dan, which line? 2?
Yeah, line 2.
All right. Yes, Bobby.
This chick that Gavin was dating sounds an awful lot like a chick that I dated. I was just curious if she's got any dragon tattoos on her, because I think I might be the stupid fool of a boyfriend that bought that wedding ring for her while she was still married.
Gavin, does she have any tattoos?
Not that I remember. No.
Bobby, where's the tattoo?
She had a tattoo of a dragon on her left arm and something else dragon-like on her back left shoulder.
No.
Nothing, Gavin?
No.
What, Bobby, what did the chick look like?
Gosh, I can't even really describe her. She had kind of not perfect teeth, but not bad enough to be really messed up. And she was kind of hot, and she was a dancer. But she was the kind of hot that really degraded over time the more that you got to know her, because you realized what a gas she was.
We call that exotic.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And you married her?
Oh, no.
You bought her a ring?
I bought her a ring because she told me at the time she was in the middle of a divorce, which she ain't even seen a lawyer yet. But I had become friends with her first, so a lot of these things you start to accept on faith, right? Because you're a friend first. You're not thinking about dating. And then you go, why don't you let me have a little shot at the, And she goes, well, the next person I date is going to have to buy me a ring because my husband cheated on me and didn't even buy me a ring. So I want to know if the next guy has some sort of an investment. And like a moron, you go, yeah, that makes sense.
What'd you spend?
Oh, a little over $2,000.
Did you get it back?
Nope. And that doesn't count the over $3,000 I spent on her new breasts.
How old are you, Bobby?
29.
How long ago was this?
Oh, about 2 years.
You're not over it, are you?
Does it sound that obvious?
I'm about to be. I'm down to the last ankle that I'm cutting up. Sounds like he's in the middle of something.
Uh-huh. This girl that helped me learn a lesson that Lycus has been trying to teach guys for years, and this one helped it sink in.
Yeah, I think did I ever date? Thanks, Bobby. Did I ever date more than one dancer?
No, don't think so. That was a lot.
That's enough to cleanse your palate because they'll if you want to go through it and just see what it's like.
Quite a ride.
It's You're not going to experience anything else later in life.
No, it's car ride, and just be ready to be.
And you'll find out a lot about yourself.
Like?
Things that you'll let chicks do to you, how pathetic you are, how long you'll sit in front of a house and stalk them, how many different times you'll drive in front of their house in the middle of the night, get halfway home and go, I bet she drove up just about the time I got out of the neighborhood. That whore! Then you go back. You cruise for another half hour. You go back, you head back home. Then you go back and you look some more.
Done it. Falling asleep, waiting.
Well, I would take a TV so I could sit and watch.
I had something to do. See, I was stupid. I had the radio.
Well, you didn't look as pathetic. All right, we'll break here. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. To the Russ Martin Show.
I can't make out what you're telling me.
The front desk is called the fire inspectors here.
I thought that was next week. Are you jacking me?
No, that's what I thought too. I looked out in the hall and he's out there at the front desk.
Go throw the fireworks in Gavin's office. I'll open the door for him. Look out in the lobby.
You guys talking to Jay.
How is he dressed?
Like a fire guy. He's got a badge and a coat and a white shirt.
Gavin. What are you doing?
Talking to Pugs and Kelly out in L.A.
Did Jay Walker tell you the fire inspector's back?
Is he?
What?
Thank you.
They just walked into Dan's office.
Okay.
Do we have anything else in JD's office?
He's out of my office, right? Because everything was in that one box.
Or they just walked into JD's office? Nothing's laying out.
Nothing's laying out.
Now they're going into Gavin's. Jay, it's under his coat. The chair. The other one. The only chair with a coat on it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Gavin took the fireworks outside.
Must have bailed.
Do we have any more throwdown fireworks?
Yeah.
Where?
Oh. Go.
Stay in there, Jay. Why don't you give the fireworks to Shaky?
You always do that. Give him the matches and the fireworks.
They go back in there?
Gavin Spittle.
Can you find Mr. Spittle for me?
Yeah, let me dig him up.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
I appreciate it.
Evil.
Gavin went.
Where would you be that he's talking to Pugs and Kelly? Not in his office.
Well, I thought he left the fireworks sitting in his office.
Yeah.
But I guess he grabbed the box and went outside, and I missed that.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, we got throwdown fireworks.
Very smart. You're so bad.
He's supposed to start writing tickets.
Okay.
And tell him we're going to have to shut down the building.
Oh, no. You had me scared. Why don't you tell me these things?
Oh, they found it. Here they go. Should we be talking about something else?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Those weren't there.
Those weren't there.
No, those weren't there.
I mean, you work here, right?
Yeah, someone must have put them there. Was not mine.
What were you doing outside?
You know what I was doing outside.
Well, I'm standing.
You don't have a right to ask me what I was doing outside.
Well, yeah, because I'm standing in the front office and I hear them talking about the fire inspector. I come in here, I find you have ran out the building and there's fireworks all over the floor.
How do you know I ran out the building?
You were sitting here eating.
No, I was not sitting there.
Yeah, the fork's just sitting there, looks kind of fresh, smells fresh.
Yeah.
Let's see some identification. Business you're running around here.
I run a damn good business. In fact.
Well, there seem to be some issues. Is there any more fireworks here?
No, obviously these are fireworks. I had nothing to do with it.
Is this it?
I don't know.
Are you in charge of this building?
No.
You're not.
No.
Who is?
David Henry, the
David
general
Henry.
manager.
Where's he?
I have no idea.
Can you find David Henry? Thank you. Tell you what. Go ahead and just shut the building down. Let's evacuate it. 'Cause I don't want people sitting here playing games with fireworks. And things how that we found you outside the building at the exact moment I begin my inspection. And let's find out what's going on here.
That's fine. I'll cooperate in whatever way.
All right.
I didn't put those there.
I need this building locked down. I need it evacuated now.
Okay. I'll start the procedure.
Begin, please.
What's that?
Start it.
I will.
Get going.
Kevin's on the home.
So are you going to say that I was eating this salad?
This is your office.
So
right?
I have witnesses that say I was in that
You already made
studio.
a red chest statement saying this is your office.
It is my office.
These fireworks are in your office.
It is my office.
You wanna
But
make it-
I didn't
okay,
put those
it
here.
works for me.
What do you want me to say?
If you want to make a really big issue out of this, we can make a really big issue out of it.
What are we going to make an issue of?
I call Dallas over here. They can come over here and we can make this kind of a...
I don't want to make it a big issue, but you're saying that I was eating something because you
This is
smell
your
something
office.
fresh. I understand that. Yes,
It's like
I was
walking
eating.
in on a room where there's a drink with the condensation on the exterior of the drink. It's kind of a dead giveaway that somebody was just there.
And I'm telling you, I was eating. I'm not trying to be a jerk about this, but I was eating, okay? And then I got called into another studio, and then I was in that studio.
The studio next door?
The studio right over there, yes.
Next door.
Yes, right
Who's in
down the
charge of that
hallway.
It's David Henry.
It's David Henry.
David, how you doing?
Hey, I'm David Henry. How are you?
Good. You see what the problem is?
Firecrackers?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably just something to do later.
Mike Hartzer. To explain to Mr. Spittle here that this is, I hear my being described in the front office. I'm standing there and saying, hey, the fire marshal. I'm going, okay. And I come in here and this salad's sitting there.
What does the salad have to do with anything? I'm trying to be cool. The salad has nothing to do with this.
And all of a sudden, he's gone. And the fireworks are as if somebody
I was in the
knocked him down
studio.
while they were running out the building, and he's outside the building.
Okay, so obviously you guys were just here, and I know we had a couple small issues, but I don't think
$2,000 issues per piece.
for each piece.
Each piece. But state law ordinance does not discriminate. It's up to the individual investigator. Depending on certain individuals' attitude today.
Yeah.
No, I got a great attitude, but these aren't my fireworks. I was in the studio, then I went outside, and then I come back in, and there's fireworks in my office.
Well, I'm sure we can handle it.
What attitude do I have? I don't have an attitude. I'm trying to be
calm
cool.
down.
Yeah,
I am totally calm. This is how I act all the time.
Well,
I'm always yelling and screaming.
Sometimes the station, the show, Russ Martin,
Narc.
It's real. I can assure you we don't set fireworks off. I can assure you. Now, this may be here, and obviously it's sitting here on the desk, but I'm sure Gavin's got a good explanation that maybe this was going out to an event, or maybe someone is, playing some kind of a practical joke.
Regardless, the fact that it is unlawful to be in possession of fireworks within the city limits, period.
Right.
Yeah. Does it? I don't know what goes on with the...
What if we got these out of here real quick? Cooperated, maybe.
Well, actually, they're going to be gotten out of here real quick, because I'm going to have to confiscate them and call the fire department come out here and dispose of them. They're explosives. And I've already instructed him that, since he's indicated there could be issues with other people in other offices.
Oh, I assure you there's no other fireworks.
Well, that's just it. I've already told him I want the building to down and everybody removed, so I can sit there and go room to room and make sure there are explosives.
How about we go off?
Well, I want to...
God. I don't think it's a joke at all. I was sitting here and I'm not being calm.
Yeah, but you're trying to act as though you knew nothing about these women.
This is the best bit ever.
I had nothing to do with this whatsoever. And it has nothing... Can I just explain the whole salad thing for a second? I'm not trying to be a wise ass here, but
that indicates that
you mentioned the fresh salad twice. I haven't eaten all day.
How about we get all this out of here right now? Today?
Give me a bag.
I'm gonna get you a bag. We'll definitely clock.
Is this the current address for you?
No.
Where do you live now?
I can't. No.
No.
I will
identify.
No, I will gladly write down current address.
You're required by state law to update your driver's license.
And I understand that. I understand that.
Okay, so have you done that?
I've been busy.
Here we go.
Busy playing with fireworks.
Oh my!
Gavin, you're going to get a ticket.
You're such a jerk. You are a jerk. I hate you. I'm leaving. You're such a jerk.
You didn't even notice the Fort Worth patches on his arm?
No! I didn't notice squat!
David Henry is a freaking narc.
Yeah, he is. Well, that's all about the Russ Martin Show.
Well, let me tell you, from time to time, first of all, these are Russ's. Chloe, going to take that bucket of black cats, stick it out in the hot outside.
That was well done.
Thank you.
Are you ready to fire?
No, fourth. 17 years.
Wow.
Being jerk's not difficult.
No, you're really good at that.
Thank you.
Well, at least Gavin didn't sell us out.
No.
That's true.
They go get David Henry, who obviously is nothing but a narc.
Yeah, immediately. Well, they blow up things on that Russ Martin Show.
I swear to you, we've never blown.
What a liar.
Printed these up just to throw you off.
Oh, you really not? No. That's all fake?
No, this is real.
Oh.
These are fake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what is he holding up? I can't tell.
Business cards.
He's got a business card that he handed me, Dallas Fire Rescue. And it's as legit as it can be.
Oh, well, he'll get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Only impersonating a public servant. I am a public servant.
Yeah. Now, you work for Fort Worth. You work for fire or the police?
Police.
Oh, okay. Well, we just figured we could get anybody in a uniform, and as long as Gavin didn't notice the badge or the patch, they're going to buy it.
Absolutely.
I didn't even think about him getting David Henry down the hall.
That was so sweet when David Henry came.
I swear.
And I love how he tried throwing down the show card. Well, Russ Martin does this on occasion.
But these are just here. Dave.
Probably going to some event.
Never. Well, what David's missing is you can't even have them. It doesn't matter if you're going to shoot them off or wear them for Mardi Gras. They're not supposed to be here.
Yes, it falls under the event exception.
grasping at straws.
And leading up to it, they were supposed to be here around 3:15.
Okay.
So I'm killing time. I'm trying to watch the hallway, the lobby, so it doesn't start without us. Now we're in the middle of a break. I don't even know who. Gavin, what's his name?
JJ.
Yeah, I didn't know what time JJ was supposed to be here.
Okay.
Exactly. So now we're in the middle of a break. JJ shows up. Now I got to start getting everybody in place. And Gavin ain't in his office.
No, he finally ditches out and goes to talk to Pugs and Kelly.
Why are you talking to them in L.A.?
Because I was talking to him about the Grammys.
Were you on the air?
No, not at all.
So why did you stay in there when Jay Walker told you the fire inspector was back in the building?
I didn't. I was walking out and I said, Jay, I'll be with you in a second. And I walked out and he said, the fire inspector's here. And then you went on the two-way and said, the fire inspector's there. So I ran in my office.
What'd you do with the box that we threw down in there the first time?
The empty box?
That wasn't empty.
I faked that I brought it someplace. It was clearly empty.
Wasn't empty? The one that you stuck in there? Gavin, he's not a real fire inspector. You don't have to lie about it.
Oh. I put it outside. I'm a little freaked out right now, if you don't mind.
Because I thought you'd put it in a chair and threw your coat over it. They go in to check your office. They don't see it. Lift the coat up. Luckily, we had some throwdown fireworks.
Yeah.
And a throwdown salad.
Yeah.
What was that about?
JJ, why were you going off? It was funny.
Yeah.
But why were you going off on the salad?
No, the fact that it was freshly opened and had a fork sticking in it like somebody was just working on it. You walk in the room, it's kind of like a drink with condensation. It's like somebody was just there.
Well, I like the way that you threw out. Well, obviously, first of all, you have the salad with a fork still in it, and you still have residue on the lip of the cup. So somebody had obviously just ingested something from that. Now, where are the fireworks, Rabbit?
It's like an instant CSI.
Yeah.
You've got this salad from the World Market,
right?
And you have this drink that's partially done. Where are the explosives?
They teach us that in fire school.
That salad ticked me off so much.
And I also like the timing with David Henry. I assure you, there are no other fireworks in the building. And then Trey blows a couple more off in the hallway. Where did David go? Because he just vanished after the two chasers went off.
I don't know. He hasn't shown up.
With the airport.
I'm going back to Clear Channel.
Other bad things, setting off the chasers. David Stone is coming walking down the hall, and I'm going,
man. You get credit, Gavin. You didn't sell us out.
Oh, thanks.
David Henry's going to have to eat it.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
You okay?
Yeah.
He's stressed.
Yeah, that was stressful.
What, all right, so you're on the way, you're talking your way out of it. Then the fireworks go off in the hall. What are you thinking then?
And I'm thinking, the first time, I'm like, no, they wouldn't. No, that can't be. And then when you lit them off the second time, I'm like, something's off. That's ridiculous.
It was great to sit back and listen to.
Yeah, that was fun.
Plus, you don't know who's going to drop dime on your ass. So now we have to get Gavin something nice.
You got to give it to Gavin, yeah.
Yeah?
Because that's the first thing I would
I was ready to get my checkbook out and get fined.
I don't have to tell you who I am.
I'm not giving you my address.
Refusing to identify yourself. That was good.
I'm not telling you about the salad.
Get off me with the salad! It was so random, I didn't know where he was going with it. I just wanted to sit back and listen.
And enjoy it with the rest of us.
Yeah.
He was more upset about that than possibly getting arrested.
Well, I kept waiting for him to say, all right, the fireworks are here. Regardless if you're going to fire them off or not, you can't have them. And I kept waiting the story to go that way, and he kept gravitating back towards the mandarin salad.
It's illegal.
How long before we need a break, Flo?
2 minutes.
Oh, go ahead and load it up now. I'm very tired.
It's quite stressful. directing a movie.
That's exactly what it was, because I'm trying to get everybody back in the studio. Dan is going to be the one who's supposed to tell me on the air the fire marshal's here. Well, Dan's out back smoking. Then I look, Gavin's not in his office. Well, he can't know that there are fireworks in his office if he's not in there. Right. So I tell Trey, I go find him. Trey can't find him. And there was something else that was going on. It was like directing a movie, and all the actors were capuchins. And everybody gets the wrong cue, and everybody starts slinging too soon. I'm sorry, did I throw my too soon? Reset. Cut. Very nice, JJ.
Thank you.
Great job. All right, we'll be back.
To the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
JD, were you in the office when David Henry came down and went, I was in on it?
No. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was in on it? No, you can tell he wasn't in on it.
No, nobody told him.
No.
When Aaron was Fort Worth, PD set it up. Didn't tell anybody.
I didn't even know when it started, what it was.
I thought I told you.
You never told me.
Oh, okay.
That's very good.
Is that Gail?
Hi, Gail. Hi, Russ.
What do you got?
Oh, I've got Cantina Laredo for this update, and in Argyle, 377 is shut down in both directions at FM 407 due to a wreck, and they've called Care Flight to respond. Westbound 175 at Bear, you got the two right lanes blocked. There's a truck that was hauling sand, and it fell right over. Eastbound 635 at Kingsley, 3 lanes blocked, the HOV and the 2 left lanes. Westbound 635 at Kingsley, you've got the 2 right lanes blocked and a backup to Northwest Highway. Southbound Simmons at Walton Walker, there's a crash, back up to Walnut Hill. And westbound I-30 Tom Landry at Cockrell Hill, the 2 left lanes are closed. That's causing a backup to Hampton Road. And I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. Mid-30s for the low tonight, then warming up tomorrow near 70, 72 by Sunday, 71 now at Live 105.3.
All right. I got nothing else for today.
You've done plenty.
It's hard to follow that.
Yeah.
Well, it was just everything that I know it sounds simplistic, but it was everything that had to happen at the right time. Because if Gavin's not in his office and our throwdown fire inspector goes by, then he misses it.
You were smart to have throwdown fireworks because first thing Gavin did is run out like Wile E. Coyote into the back door.
Well, I'm watching him in his office when he realizes there are fireworks in there. I didn't see him take them out. I thought he threw his coat over them and
just hoped.
Yeah. Well, they won't look there.
Yeah.
It's under a coat.
Gavin, how did you sneak down the hall? Because I'm watching all the cameras.
I ran.
All right.
I got a box. I need to get outside.
Where did you really put it outside?
No, it's outside.
Where did you really put it?
It's a hidden. It's in my car.
Oh,
really?
No.
Well, I didn't know if you really just stuck it outside the back door, thinking, well, he'll never see this door.
Then we'll come out.
And did you hear David Henry with the? Yeah, I was in on.
Yeah.
Hadn't he done that before? Ratted us out for something.
Oh, I can't remember the incident. I'm sure he did. Oh, I promise you, they've never shot fireworks off in this building. 2 seconds later.
Well, I didn't think it was going to happen because he got shaky, the 2 fireworks, and I can see him on camera in the hall going. Those aren't going to like. You might as well just go out in the hall yourself and go, boom! You ready to start news, Dan?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hold on. Trey, when is Diane supposed to call in with the results from my polygraph last night, which lasted forever?
Yeah. We have recorded them. She called in earlier. She wasn't going to be available.
Do we have those now?
We have the first part on that mini disc right there.
Oh. Well, we couldn't go through all the questions last night. She said this is going to take 2-3 different nights.
Yeah. Why are you taking a polygraph?
Started out to see whose idea was it? Was it yours, John?
I believe so.
To see if I was racist.
Oh.
Since he's already saying that I am.
I see.
And then I told him, you know what? Add whatever questions, whatever else you want. If I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go through this, you only got 20 of these. Tack on whatever.
So how many questions are there?
130?
You got to be kidding.
No.
Well, we all kicked in 15.
I see.
And she went ahead and went through chunks.
Did she really?
Oh, you don't know about that, Everett?
No.
Let me see if I kept some of Chuck's questions.
Now, why is Chuck taking a polygraph?
No,
questions that Chuck submitted.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Nobody else is taking it but me. They all threw in questions.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. I have to turn the mics off for these. Where is it? All right, here we go. That's one that Chuck was praying heavy on his mind.
I think that'll say more about Chuck than anything your answer could tell us.
Here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Would you...
What's the matter with you? You didn't hold back.
Then there's the obligatory Chuck questions. Would you watch two midgets F? Would you F a midget in the butt? Would you like to have a three-way with midgets? Midget black was just questions like that.
Lots of midget stuff.
Yeah.
Midget intensive.
So I left most of them in.
Did you?
Just to see how I did. You want to listen to these first or get started with news?
So this is everything you did last night is here?
No, not it. Yeah, everything we went through. We couldn't go through all 130 questions.
Okay.
That's what she said. We can stay here for several hours or we can break this up over a few different nights.
All right. Well, I'd like to hear part of them.
All right, here we go. Should be about 40 here. We'll just listen to a few.
Okay.
Are you making a face about it? I'm the one that had to sit through it.
I know, 40 is a lot.
And she didn't just ask the question, you give the response, then she's got to make notes or jot something down on the graph.
A long time.
Question 1, would you kiss a black woman to prove you're not racist? Answer yes, no deception. Question 2, have you ever used the N-word? Answer yes, no deception.
Well, we know you have. Just didn't know if you'd fess up to it.
We use it sometimes in jest with Stacy.
Yes, we do.
Sure.
We've all said it.
You're in the clear on this one. I believe I would zip it.
Okay.
3, have you used it in the last week?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to decide how festive I've been last week.
Answer yes, no deception. Number 4, do you have any respect for Gavin? Answer no. Deception indicated.
How'd I blow that?
Because you know you respect him.
Number 5.
I give Gavin credit for not selling us out with the fireworks. All he had to do was say, these aren't mine. I know where they came from.
And they're...
i.e. the way David Henry handled it.
God, no kidding.
There's a show here. The Russ Martin Show.
About the time.
they're open this way.
I can lead you.
Right there. You can go in and get them right now. I'll open the door.
I'll just back away. Yeah.
Do you feel blacks are inferior to whites? Answer no. No deception. Number 6, have you been faithful to your fiancé? He refused to answer.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because you play out everything that's going on in your in the past 3 years. I started dating Amy about the time the relationship was going belly up with Mona. So, in my mind, did I cheat?
Probably. And you also is rubbing on these women and kissing them? Is that the ones that have been up here? Is that cheating?
No.
Why is that not cheating?
It's not.
But if Amy was doing that to guys, that would be cheating?
Not part of her job. It's always been part of my job. If she goes back and adds that, she etches glass for a living. Why is she going to rub weenies?
I'm just saying. It's part of your job. It doesn't have to be.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't have to be.
People enjoy to hear that.
We have great days that we don't have any boobies up here.
And there are also days that you need to have boobies just to break things up. People like to hear nipples being pinched. Don't they, Trey?
Absolutely. They don't make a sound. This is radio.
I pinch them hard.
There is no sound other than you going when you're kissing on them.
All right.
Well, that's cheating.
No.
Yes.
Trey?
Absolutely not.
Counselor?
Part of your job.
Thank you. Anything else?
No.
All right. Are you growing a beard?
A little bit. I just got lazy over the weekend, and I wanted to see what it looked like maybe about a week.
Makes you look fat.
Does not.
Looked like you washed up on a raft.
Thank you, Everett.
Thought you were going to say something other than raft. It was so funny.
Thanks.
How long are you going to keep it?
About a week.
Makes you look jolly.
It does not.
Does it?
Yeah.
You look jolly.
You didn't say anything, Trey.
Like a walrus.
Yeah.
You like to smell my B.O.?
Yeah.
He'd say anything, yeah, to you.
Of course he would. He's the Eggman.
The Eggman?
Ever got it?
Almost choked.
I didn't think about the walrus. You're right, he does.
Yep. So the what?
Walrus.
A walrus? I like it. I'll have to grow it long now.
You can get some teeth.
I have teeth.
Maybe some tusks.
Get
some falsies put in there.
Yeah, I have teeth.
Number 7, do you feel whites are superior to blacks? Answer no. No deception. Number 8, do you feel...
All you got to do is drive out to East or West Texas, and any type of superiority vanishes almost instantaneously.
It's definitely a draw.
I found this thing that come down from NASA.
No, that was the most embarrassing part. CNN had to find...
Not everybody... Where'd it land?
Nacogdoches.
Was that East Texas?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Not everybody out there has to be that...
There has to be some doctors and lawyers.
That Eastern.
But the ones that are out, that the cameras could get to, those were the ones.
Well, if something blew up over the mid-cities, I'd be out there looking for it. And if the camera crews showed up, I tried not to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Before I moved to Van, I lived in Nacogdoches.
Is it worse than Van?
No, nothing's worse than Van.
Oh. And that's where the horse screwer lived?
Oh, he lived in Nacogdoches.
Oh.
And Van is actually pretty cool, but it's just a lot smaller. It's even more rural.
So why'd you move to Nacogdoches?
I moved from Nacogdoches to Van to move in with my grandmother.
Scenery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blacks are speedy?
Back up.
Number 8, do you feel blacks are speedy? Answer yes. No deception. 9.
What was the word? Speedy? Speedy. I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Do you plan to marry your fiancé in the next 20 months? Answer no. Deception indicated.
Aha. What's the date?
I don't know how I blew that one.
Because you know.
Maybe you didn't.
I can't think of what I was thinking about. All I knew is I just had a list of 130 questions I got to go through, and I could tell how long, as you go through the first few, this is going to take the rest of the night.
And you probably want to get married in the next 2 years, 20 months, whatever.
No, I don't.
Well, I don't get what you're waiting on.
I don't either.
Nothing's going to change.
Might?
What possibly would change?
I don't know. You get married and all of a sudden all your anything that you could do is gone.
Anything you could do is gone now. She lives there and you're engaged.
No, it's not.
What else could you do?
Things.
What else could you do? If you want to be married, you can still cheat.
No, because at that point, I've taken a vow. I've made a promise. I ain't promised nobody nothing yet. You're the only one that's cheated while you were married. Slick.
Throw that on me. Slick.
You promised God, you promised your wife, you promised everybody in the church, and then you go and you start screwing other people on the trampoline.
We were already separated.
You're still married.
Legally.
So was she. Yeah. Like that's some sort of distinction. You're still married.
Yeah, and you're banging a married chick. Was she separated?
No. Well,
okay.
At the moment she was.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
Because she was over at your house.
Yeah.
But you could still see hers.
Yeah. From the trampoline.
10. Do you think all blacks should be called the N-word?
Come on, let's hear it.
No. No deception. 11. Do you think we should legally ban the N-word? Answer no. No deception.
Now, that one's obvious. What are you going to do with that?
How would you ban it? How would you make it illegal?
Well, even if you did, you're going to enforce that. How? And what would be the reason? You go back and ban it, and you've just taken a word that already has hate written on it, and now you just made it more powerful.
It's exactly.
Let the kids, the rap community, let them wear it out to where it doesn't mean anything. Every time you go back and you look at its origins, you refresh everybody's minds how ugly that word is for white people to say.
Sharpton to come out and go, we need to get rid of the word. We need to stop using it. Shut up. And you're going to do that how? I noticed he dropped that pretty quick. With the rap,
going after the rap community?
Rap community, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was easy to go after Imus because he don't shoot people. Where was I?
12. Do you hate your staff? Answer no. Deception indicated.
Oh, really? Who do you hate?
According to this, it's collective.
Everybody?
I don't think it's all the time. It's just when people screw up. And today, when we're setting up the fire marshal bit, I felt a screw up coming on because everybody's going in different directions. I tell Dan I went to stay close to your studio in case he shows up in the middle of the break. Dan's outside smoking.
Well, he went out front to smoke. Maybe that was a positive, so at least he could see him coming.
Okay.
13. Do you think we should teach the etymology of the N-word in our schools?
I don't understand the question. That about bugs?
Etymology. Yeah, I think she means etymology.
Oh. What's etymology?
Bugs.
I knew it!
Answer no. No deception indicated.
At least I made it.
14. Do you want to quit drinking? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
I threw that one on purpose.
15. Do you have any black friends? Answer yes. No deception. 16.
I think we've got the flavor of this down. I got no problems with black people. No. It's just the ones that irritate me. You don't have to be black.
No.
Right. Let's see if there's anything else we're listening to. I'm anxious to get to Chuck's, though, later.
Yes.
16. Do you treat them any different than your white friends? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
What'd you say?
17.
Jacking around.
Do you ever think about killing the people who work for you? Answer no. Deception indicated.
Killing us?
18.
Killing us.
On days where things go belly up, and it's from stupid mistakes.
Killing us.
Yes.
Okay.
Trey's thought about killing me.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So you don't act on it. It doesn't make you a bad person just because you wish somebody dead.
Yes, it does.
That's just how friends do one another.
Yeah. In families, you get pissed off and you go, I wish you were dead. Luckily with me, sometimes it happens.
Sometimes they only get strokes.
Do you think JD is a racist? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
Thank you.
These are hard.
Have you ever lived out your scat fetish? Answer no. Deception indicated.
Really? I knew it. You talk way too much about it.
I can tell you what I was thinking about.
I bet you can. In detail.
You remember Christy Evans from the Eagle?
Yes.
The overnight chick.
Of course.
The one time that we're banging.
Yeah.
And she's on top. And she's making those noises.
Huh?
And I thought she was going to drop on me.
Okay. That's not living out of fantasy. That's being. You said at the time you were afraid she was going to drop on you.
I was.
Living out of fantasy means you've done something else.
Well, that's all I can think about when she's talking about living this out. I'm thinking about that, thinking the entire time Christy's on top with those big melons up and down, and she's going, and all I can hear in my head is, man, she's going to crap on my leg.
Didn't she, as soon as y'all finished, go to the bathroom and start?
Yeah, she went in there and something, I don't know, hydraulic powered up. Well, I couldn't finish because the whole time she's making those noises, I'm really preparing for my legs for something warm and oosh to hit it. So you can't enjoy that.
Can't focus.
It was just over and over. Oh, man, she going to on my leg.
Get off me.
How we doing, Chloe?
Breaking 2.
Okay.
20. Did you have Black Eddie blinded as punishment for something? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
Why did you say that?
Who wrote that question?
Trey, did you write that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Very nice.
Do we need to go back and listen to the part where she said deception?
No.
We all got that. We heard it. Thank you.
21. Is there a supreme race? Yes. No deception. The Dickies 500.
That's what I told her.
Number 22. Do you hide?
Nice.
Let's just go ahead and break here. Okay. Do you want to hear the rest of these, or is this?
I want to hear a couple more. Is there a couple I know that were asked that I'd like to hear?
Well, here's some of the other questions. Have you ever had a dream about having sex with someone on the show? Do you think it's funny to use the N-word? Would you take the Batmobile for a ride in the Grove? Do you think JD slept with one of your girlfriends? Is your first girlfriend the only fat chick you've ever banged?
Those are all good.
You think Trey is a vampire? You ever had sexual fantasies about other men? Do you want to marry your girlfriend? Do you fantasize about exes while having sex with your girlfriend? Just, do you think Gavin is bisexual? Just obligatory questions.
Did you get around to the one about do you ever check your security cameras after Eddie or Stacy have been there?
Do you hide things when... I think I took that one out because I wasn't any use to that.
Okay.
I wouldn't let them in the house if I'm going to go back and check the security cameras later.
A lot of people in the house and you go check the cameras afterwards.
That's when things vanish. When I had that party one night and the 2 or 3 things of drugs vanished, I went back and checked. I couldn't find anybody.
People leave crap all over your pool table.
All right. Break here? Yes. All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Miss Lifeboat?
Yes, Mr. Martin.
What do you got?
I have got Reliant Energy and still have Argyle's 377 shut down both ways at FM 407 due to a crash. In Garland, eastbound 635 at Kingsley, you've still got the HOV in 2 left lanes blocked and traffic is backed up forever all the way to 35 Simmons. A huge delay. They did clear the wreck on the westbound side before Kingsley. It's unwinding from Northwest Highway. Westbound I-30 at Cockrell Hill, the left lane's blocked, backed up into downtown Dallas. In Richardson, northbound 75 before the Bush Turnpike, there's a stalled car in the HOV lane. In Louisville, northbound 35 at Round Grove Road, got the 2 right lanes blocked. That's heavy into Carrollton. And in Fort Worth, there's a big old wreck. It's on eastbound I-20 at Loop 820. Only the left lane had been getting through, and it looks like they might have the 2 left lanes getting through now, but that's causing some delays. And southbound 35 North Freeway at 28th Street. The wreck's on the shoulder. The backup to Western Center Boulevard. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. 36 for the low tonight. Warming up for the weekend, though. 70 tomorrow and then 72 by Sunday. We have 71 now at Live 105.3.
Are these all the questions?
Yeah, I believe so.
More of yours?
No, these are. Trey came up with an idea for a game. Since we tested playing the pyramid again earlier this week.
All right.
We want to do a guess who I am thing.
Okay.
Well, all right, write me up some sample questions. You're freaking vile.
Why?
See if you can get some of these.
Okay.
I'll start with some of the lighter ones, and then I'll work up.
Work our way to the mean ones.
I'm big and fat. I don't have rhythm. I can't dance. I can't sing. I drive a dart bus.
That would be Stacy. Okay. This is starting nice.
Wow. All right, here's one. I destroyed the city of Dallas. I am well known as a bitch. I'm often associated with the word t. It will take Dallas 30 years to fix the damage that I caused.
I'm Laura Miller.
I'm a great producer. I'm a great personality. I'm the only reason I'm not a success.
I just spit up lemonade.
I'm the great Black Bart.
I am Dan Lewis.
I like the line, I'm the only reason I'm not a success.
Hey, you might put that on his resume. Oh, my.
This one you won't get. A cesspool. Gangrene. Did you want to play that?
It was just the line about Dan Lewis. That doesn't just sum up a game. That sums up the man's entire life.
God.
Damn.
I read that one over and over to Chuck last night. All right, let's see. Here's the next one. A cesspool. Gangrene. A boil. Pus.
I'm Carlos Venegas.
No, that's one later on. Ray?
Yeah.
Words to describe the Big Dick Hunter show.
God.
David Lee Roth. Free FM. Katie Couric. David Lee Roth. Opie and Anthony.
I am CBS Mistakes.
That's not what he wrote, but that's the answer. All right, here we go. I'm a sucker. I have a God complex. I'm going to tell you how to live your life. I'm a huge sucker.
I am Dr. Carla Venegas.
I know what's best for this country. You don't. I am the poster child for the word. My crank is bigger than Bill's. I'll be the Laura Miller of the United States.
I would be Hillary Clinton.
Are you looking at Trey's face as you read these?
No.
He is beaming with pride.
That's me. I wrote these.
Yeah. Smiling his head's kind of tilted back and forth. Very therapeutic.
Can I just ask if these were written sober or drunk, just so I know where they're coming from as far as his anger level?
Trey?
50-50.
Ooh, you're bad. Because we don't know which is or which.
Not many people are going to get this. I'm not funny at all. I'm too cute for the room. I'm a screaming liberal who bashes our president constantly while not being funny on television. Rhonda Shear dry humping me was the highlight of my life.
I'm Bill Maher?
Yes. I forget, how do we know that he was dry humping her?
She told us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because I was trying to get in her pants, and she threw that out like a name dropping.
Well, I've drive humped Bill Maher. Well, you're off the list.
Couldn't you have told me you did something with a donkey?
Yeah. Anything else?
And what else do we have? All right, here's another political one. God. Right now, I'm the most powerful in the U.S. If Hillary wins, I'll only be a 3-star. I also think I know what's best for everyone.
I'm Nancy Pelosi.
Yes. Maybe this game isn't as bad as I thought.
I just know that's right. Thanks.
Oh, okay. I'm a sucker with an MD. I'm pissy all the time. Trey is going to kill me one day and bury me in my white pants.
Once again, I'm Dr. Carlos Venegas.
Yeah. Is that all of them?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just doing this to get at people.
Well, that's all I see. I see some more that you wrote for Pyramid.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to hear any of those?
Pyramid actually was kind of fun. Especially now that Everett's here and he plays that game, loves that channel.
Do you, Everett?
Yeah, I love game shows. Game Show Network.
Yeah.
Pyramid. Now, is it 10,000 or 25, or how does it work?
It's Dick.
Okay.
We're the ones that I wrote earlier in the week. See if Everett gets those. Ready?
Yeah, what's the category?
You got to tell me what it is.
Okay. Well, in regular Pyramid, they have a category.
Well, this is when you get to the winner's circle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now he's hyped.
Well, I bypass all that other stuff.
John, you'll help you now.
Okay.
A card. Chocolates.
Things you give people on Valentine's Day.
Jewelry.
Things you give people on Valentine's Day.
A new forwarding address.
Things you give...
Yes. Morgan. Crunch. Ahab. Hook. Kangaroo. Stabbing.
Famous captains.
Yes. The Golden Gate Bridge. Golden showers. Pillow biters. Homos. Turd mashers. Trolleys with glory holes.
Drawing a blank, JD.
I've forgotten what that was.
The Golden...
Pass.
Oh, God.
Balloons. Turds. A boat. Light things. A dead ex-girlfriend with nothing tied to her feet.
Things you want to get rid of.
Things that float.
Yes. A Catholic priest. Vice grips. A rubber band. A hand. Fat chick's pants.
Things that grab things.
Yes. A broken coffee cup. A woman past menopause. Teats on a boar hog. Gavin Spittle.
Things that are superfluous.
Or useless.
Or yes, synonym.
Winning the lottery. Getting struck by lightning. Going back to the moon. Finding a needle in the haystack. JD ever putting his foot down.
Things that will never happen.
Yes. Confess your sins to me. I now pronounce you man and wife. Don't eat fish on Fridays. What's it going to cost for me to get a nice peek at that weenie?
Things that Catholic priests say.
Yes. A glove box. A road map. A radio. Air vents. Your girlfriend's face.
Things that you ram into the dash. That's not it?
No, that's it.
I think it's things you put into the dash, but never mind.
Let's see what else. Yeah, that's really all the ones I liked. Call the fire department. Panic. Look for a fire extinguisher. Run. Call the police. Pull out and blow on her stomach.
Things you do in an emergency.
Oh, yeah, of course.
A used penis. Your eyes after reading. Boobs after childbirth. An old woman's clam. Chuck's bag when it's full.
Things you want to stay far away from.
Things that droop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very nice.
Thank you. I'll go through some of the trays later.
Excellent.
All right. You seem very excited to play this.
I was. Well, I didn't know I was going straight to the winner's circle.
Puts a whole new twist on it, doesn't it?
Well, it does. You skip all that cool stuff.
Danny, you ready? Okay. We need a legal here. 507 at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Friday, February 8th, 2008. Birthdays today. Gary Coleman turns 40. Vince Neil is 47. John Grisham is 53. Nick Nolte is 67. Ted Koppel is 68. On Saturday, Travis Tritt turns 45. Jim J. Bullock is 53. Mia Farrow, 63. Joe Pesci turns 65. Carole King turns 66. And on Sunday, golfer Greg Norman turns 53. Mark Spitz is 58. Roberta Flack, 71. And Robert Wagner turns 78. Problems continue to mount for the Dallas Independent School District as new allegations of improper grade changing once again point at high school administrators. In this new case, the accusations come from a Skyline High School teacher who says he too was retaliated against after trying to speak out.
Is this the Stein guy or?
Yes.
Yes, John Stein.
Okay.
And this is from Channel 8 by our buddy Brett Shipp. John Stein says over the last 8 months, he has had a strange daily routine. He walks into work, signs in, and then walks out to go home. He has no kids, no classes, yet still gets full pay. Stein said this all began after he was kicked out of his classroom by his principal last year. Ever since, he said he has been paid not to come back.
Trey, why don't you see if you can get Brett Shipp on the phone really quick?
Okay.
Go ahead, Dan.
In the fall of 06, Stein was a first-year teacher. In his first grading period, the vast majority of his students did do the work. For example, in his first period class, only 4 students failed. But then Stein said he was approached by administrators. He said they told him he was being too tough on his kids, specifically his athletes. A few weeks later, he said he learned that the associate principal, Ward English, had slashed through any grade 72 or below and rounded up to 75.
Now, 72 to 75... If 70 is passing, then why?
Maybe it brings your average up in other grades in which you're failing. In the overall grade scheme, you're passing that.
All right, so the assistant principal did this?
Yes.
And then the Stein guy gets suspended.
Yes.
With pay.
Yes. Stein said the improper grade change undermined his authority over his students, and when he filed a complaint, he was removed from his classroom. Now he says he is just being paid to stay away. Stein is just the latest teacher to allege grade change abuse made by a principal. The first accusation arose, of course, at South Oak Cliff High School, and more recent accusations were made at even Roosevelt High School.
Is that the entire story?
Yeah, that gives you the main guts of it.
And DISD said they're investigating this, and it's been months.
How long does it take to figure this out?
Well, you
Should
look
take
at
a day.
You look at the, especially with South Oak Cliff. You look at the paperwork. You go back. You see the grades were changed. Where the
Brett Shipp found that.
Where one was marked out, the new grade was put in, and the teacher initialed it just to draw attention to it because he knew this was going to come out. It was actually the principal that went back and changed the grades. What's to look into?
Yeah, it takes one day to go look at that and say, okay, yeah, that happened. Why?
Yeah, just taking Brett Shipp's tape. Here it is.
Well, and we know, especially in Texas with high school football, it's not isolated to South Oak Cliff or Roosevelt or Skyline.
Anywhere. This is just where they found it, and it's ever. I bet if you went to 90% of the high schools, this probably happens.
Well, and it's like a lot of things. The light gets shed on one incident of it, and suddenly there are 2 more that closely follow.
But we've always known this. I'm sure. When I was in high school, I'm sure there were a lot of athletes, boneheads, couldn't do anything. They were still playing. I don't think we had back then the pass or play. Did we have that in the 70s?
No, that was started in 86.
And what is that, Brett? Yeah. Mr. Shipp?
It's me.
What are you doing?
Just reading more email from teachers who are encouraging me to persevere in this story because they think it's reached a critical mass and they're ready to move forward with finally speaking out.
Why? I don't understand why after if the no pass, no play has been going on since the mid-'80s, why now this is just coming to the forefront? Short of the fact that you're the one that jumped on South Oak Cliff when that teacher came out and said, hey, this is going on.
Well, I think this is the result of the whole tax testing phenomenon in which teachers are threatened with their jobs if their kids don't pass the tax test, and principals are threatened with their jobs if their schools don't make, high marks on the tax test, and it's just a pass through. And it's just a culture, and it's not just athletes, it's all kids. They are desperate. Teachers and principals are desperate to get their scores up because it's all about test scores anymore. Well, integrity and education have nothing to do with it.
Let me ask you this. Do you think one of the reasons for the tax test is the state, since they can't go back and look at everybody's curriculum, they go, all right, we know what's in this. This is going to be something that everybody's going to have to pass.
Standardized.
That's why that's in place. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That's the reason.
Well, it doesn't mean that it's a screw job. It just says we can't go back and check every ISD and make sure what they're doing. But if the kids can pass this, then we know whatever the curriculum is, it's proper. Now, where you're getting short-sheeted is that's all the kids study for.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole the whole tax test, and it was TAS before that, is the phenomenon and the creation, from my understanding and my belief, from the business community wanting to attract businesses to a state that had low test scores, and so the state and the businessmen in the state wanted to be in control. And so what they did is they formulated a test that would be administered statewide, that would be a way to control test scores and get them up more effectively. It is the tail wagging the dog, and has been. Talk to any teacher. Teachers call in. Any teacher call in. Don't tell us who you are, but call in and tell us how it is, on how controlling the administration is over these test scores and over what teachers can teach in the classroom. And it's just this is an extension of that whole phenomenon. Teachers being beholden to principals who are beholden to the administration to get test scores up. And of course, athletes are, that's the bread and butter for colleges, and it's the high point for different high schools to have star athletes, and they're protected.
Well, and as you break it all down into its simplest form, it's completely narcissistic. Couldn't give a rat's ass about these kids, where they go, what happens later in life, as long as the school, the district, looks fine for now. That's all we care about.
What message does it send to those kids who work hard in, like Mr. Stein's class, like last night? 85% of the kids in his classes passed, but yet here comes the principal in to say, well, you're being a little bit too hard on those who didn't. What?
And it wasn't just all of the ones that he was being a little too hard on. Did they just go back up and bump the grades on the athletes, or just anybody?
No, it was all the kids. It was there were a handful of athletes included, but it was the athletes. That was the focus. Make no mistake about it. They wanted to make sure their star athletes can pass the 6 weeks exam or the semester exam or whatever. And
well, hang on. What happens? You let them skip through the entire school season, semester, whatever. They're not going to be able to pass that tax test. How do they get past that?
Because starting in January, right before the tax test comes around, they do nothing but teach the test. That's all they teach, is how to pass the test.
Exact questions that are going to be asked.
Kids are at risk.
Like when you study for a college
it.
SAT.
Yes.
Kids who are at risk, then they're put into special classes. They're given special tutoring. The focus is totally on passing the tax and not educating kids as to whatever curriculum each school thinks is appropriate.
Well, it defeats the entire... And I cheated through school, so to me it doesn't make any difference. But it defeats the purpose. You're not really testing for general knowledge. The purpose is to give them tasks, have them figure it out. Thus, for the thinking process. If it's an association thing, you don't learn anything from that. You get a bunch of stats and figures, you go on in life, and a problem creeps up. You don't know how to figure it out because nobody helped you study for that.
It's why there's so many remedial courses in college, because kids do not learn any material. They're too busy learning how to take a test. And, it's like my kid doesn't test very well in these standardized tests. He loses his focus. It's not fair to him to put so much weight on standardized tests. Regular tests he can ace, but he doesn't do well. A lot of kids don't do well on standardized tests.
Are you getting any more threats? Did that peter out after the South Oak Cliff thing?
Yeah, it really did. There was a degree of vindication after that. But really, I think it's important now for all the principals and all the teachers who can hear this and know now is the time to speak out. Look, I just got an email from a teacher. It says, "Thank you for running this piece. This is happening all over the district. I teach at a DISD school."
Were you going to say something?
Just told by my
yeah, but it'll come back around.
Well, you have to jump in because he don't take breaks.
Okay.
15 out of 100.
I'll point.
15 out of 100. And she admonished me to, quote, fix it.
Now.
And what is this principal smoking? You can't do that. You can't sit there and tell your teachers to ease up. Tap the brakes. Give these kids a chance.
Yeah, go.
You say this is happening all over the district, and part of the reason I think is going to begin to.
Why are you talking so fast?
I'm trying to get it in before he says something.
All right.
It's happening all over the district, and happening more and more is because you finally brought it to light. I think now there's some kind of relief. Teachers feel, maybe I have somebody on my side. This has been going on a long time, but
you got someplace.
The first one to
you got someplace to go.
Right.
In the past, if you complained, you said anything to anybody, you're screwed.
Exactly.
It's like the Stein guy. But at least now, if you get shafted, that pissy Brett Ship's going to crawl up somebody's ass. What about the Stein guy? How do they explain him being on vacation for how long?
They're embarrassed by it. And you know what? Guess what? Here's tonight's story. They found a new school for him. Guess where they put him? They put him in an alternative school to monitor kids who've been suspended. I mean, that's their answer.
Well,
we'll find a place for him.
How did they explain his suspension? And actually, when he suspended, he'd go in every morning, check in with who?
He checked in with Human Resources every morning, then just went home. Collects a full paycheck.
And no reason. He's being punished for this, or we don't need him because we're overstaffed with teachers.
His deal is he still has a contract. They realize that he hasn't done anything wrong to get him fired. Yeah, if he's done something wrong, you'll fire him.
We have a shortage of teachers, right?
Get rid of any bad teacher. Get rid of them. But if the guy has done nothing more than blow the whistle on improper grade changing at the school, I mean, what can they do? They can't fire.
And that's the only solution they can come up with is stick him in a school full of window lickers?
Teachers there too, but this is ridiculous. They're hiding the problem.
I think that's the short-term answer. Is to get him, out of the spotlight, give him something to do, give him some busy work until they can find a place for him. I mean, I've had some people email me saying this guy is not a good teacher. He shouldn't belong in education. Fine, then get rid of him. But don't change his grades arbitrarily and violate the law yourself.
Well, and the other thing is, all right, where's your proof? We have proof that the grades were changed. You don't have anything that Stein did anything, and they kept panning for a reason.
He has no history of any disciplinary issues.
Well, he's only been teaching just a few semesters. I mean, he got his alternative certification.
Oh, he shouldn't have got that.
He was in the business world. And he said, I want to teach, and so he worked on getting his certification, and this was his first teaching job. Was he a hard ass? Yeah, he admits he was a hard ass.
You're making a difference. That's your job.
85% of the kids in his class did the work and passed. So how do you justify going in and bumping up the grade of a handful of others?
You can't. That's why they didn't pop him. If they had a valid reason, they did what you breached your contract, you're out. Thank you.
Look, I've heard it from too many teachers, and here's the latest. This one just emailed me. Too many kids are failing my class. 15 out of 100. Ooh, we can't have that. We can't have that. One of the
anybody else want to ask anything?
No. Is given by the principals over at Skyline.
No, I'm just seeing how long you can go.
It's easier you catch more flies with honey. That's a quote. We all four agreed that you catch more flies with honey. Oh. Let's pass these kids and make them feel good about themselves, and they'll be successful in life.
Right, because once you damage their self-esteem, then if it's going to spiral downward, and you've got everybody living in poverty on welfare.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no dummy. I know there are
I should have hung up right there.
You had a moment. Educating kids, and it's tougher today than it was 20 years ago. I understand that, but
that's better than anything. How long before we need a break?
3 minutes.
We got to do something to pick this up. I'm just expecting a quick phone call, but I still don't. There's no explanation on taking this teacher out. You're still paying him, but I didn't get the answer from Brett. I don't care if that's him. Tell him whatever. Turn your mic on, what are you telling me?
I'm sorry, did you get dropped off there? Oh, don't worry about it. Russ said he's already going to move on. We're about to take a break anyway. Thanks for the call back, though. All right, bud. Bye.
Next time, don't answer it.
I thought about that, but usually you say Dan Hotline.
No.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, all right. So still, whether it's 2 weeks, 8 months, why is this guy being able to sit on his ass? And are you trying to get him to quit by sticking him in the retard school?
Probably. Absolutely.
I mean, granted, it's funny to watch the kids lick the windows.
With that.
And get paid.
They don't just lick windows in alternative schools. They didn't think anybody would... Stop. They didn't think anybody would find out.
It's got to be funny watching them come in on the bus.
They had to clean that bus in 2 years.
What is it, Dan?
They're like those lampreys on the side of fish tanks.
That fish waved at me. Stop. Air break here?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Like nothing you've ever heard before. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Take this. Yes, Missy.
I've got something for you about those tax scores.
All right.
We are not supposed to teach concepts. We are supposed to teach math models. So they know how to look at a grid and say, that grid represents 0.6 times 0.4 equals 0.24. We don't teach them the actual math. We just teach them how to look at a grid and say, yeah, that's what that equals to.
Well, that's what I said that with Brett Shipp. It took me 12 minutes, but the thing is, if you're studying for specific answers, then
exactly.
you've taken the thought process out. At this point, you're just doing association. We can do that with monkeys.
Right. You know, my kids, I teach 7th grade, and my kids are going, Miss, this is stupid. This makes no sense.
Well, that's the reason that they teach algebra. It's not that you're going to need it. It's the thought process that goes into it.
Exactly.
I still flunked out.
Did you really?
Oh, I
hated algebra, too.
I had a couple of teachers. Thanks, Missy. I had a couple of teachers that would let me pass because they knew if I really wanted to, I could do it.
Well, that's what kind of a deal is that? Yeah, if you wanted to. I mean, you didn't put your energy into it.
Yeah, I know.
And they let you pass.
What am I going to do with algebra?
Nobody's going to do anything with algebra.
No. And you can't wing it with algebra. Anything else you can just kind of muddle through.
Okay, and every day when I come into work, algebra comes into play how? It feels like I'm dealing with algebra. Good. What's the term?
Algebraic numeration. I don't know what you're looking for.
It feels as hard as algebra. But the two don't coincide.
Not at all. I understand. Most people don't. I got floated on a college course, too, because the guy knew I could do it. And I didn't pull the grade. It was in aerodynamics, and he pulled me aside. I was like 67, 70 was passing. He goes, I'm going to pass you if you promise me you'll never get anywhere near a building that they're building airplanes in. Well, what does that mean? He goes, you suck at it. I go, okay.
So you lied to him?
I've never been near a building they build airplanes. In other words, if you don't ever design any airplanes.
You can fly them, just don't build them.
You're a good pilot, but you don't build them.
What did Dan just walk in?
Audio from the fire marshal bit.
Fire marshal.
Bit. Where does it start, Dan?
It's about a minute 26 before the Black Cat bombs.
Is this,
It actually picks up right after the single chaser goes off.
Now, is David Henry in this yet?
I don't know.
He comes down. I knew it was a hose job. You didn't know anything. Nobody told you about it. Even JD didn't know we had the fake fire inspector coming in. No. David Henry comes down the hall, rats me out. Well, those are Russ Martin. He's just among left.
I want to say David Henry left after the first one went off.
Oh, no doubt in my mind.
Because he's in Gavin's office. Gavin's wigging out. Calm down. What? These aren't my fireworks.
They're in your office.
And then he just, David tells our fire inspector, I assure you.
My favorite.
Nothing's ever been exploded in this building. And then that's where Trey fires off a couple of the chasers. And that's when David just took off. He didn't say anything to anybody.
That's what I heard. I can't remember if it was Lee Harris or one of the engineers. After that first little burst of rounds go off, apparently he just scooted.
Well, that's the way you lead. So you show them the way out. Pussy.
How about we go off? Well, I want to.
God. I don't think it's a joke at all. I was sitting here and I'm...
Does he talk about the salad in this part?
You know, it was running through the whole time, so I'm sure it gets mentioned.
Yeah. I still don't understand why he focused on the salad.
Because he said, clearly you were here. You were here moments ago. You were eating something. There's still condensation on the cup. It has not been an hour since you've been in this office.
Oh, that's right.
Where did you go?
Gavin said, I wasn't even in here.
I haven't even been in here.
Those aren't my fireworks.
That's not my salad.
I'm being calm.
Yeah, but you're trying to act as though you knew nothing about these women.
This is the best bit ever.
I had nothing to do with this whatsoever. And it has nothing... Can I just explain the whole salad thing?
He's like Carlos in the white pants. Letting this go.
Well, the salad wasn't it, what, Dan?
Gavin's still eating that effing salad.
Gavin, what were you trying to tell him about the salad? That had nothing to do with the box of fireworks sitting in your office that you're about to get busted for.
I know, and I realized I was caught, but I don't know why he was focusing on the salad.
Because initially you told him you weren't in your office, you hadn't been in there.
I know.
He sees a salad, it's got a fork in it, it's got a cup with spit all over it. Obviously, you've been in there.
And I was in there at one point, but while I was in here, there was no fireworks, and then I left my salad to go do some work, and when I came back, and he's sitting there saying I was there the whole time.
You've recently been in here. Where's the fireworks?
I may have, Dan, don't do it now. In the next break, just pull out the salad clip. Back it up. So at this point, what are you trying to explain to him about the salad?
I'm just explaining to him that salad's been sitting there. And yes, it was open, and yes, it's fresh.
I ain't going down for this salad.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the entire focus shifted from the entire box of fireworks that you could get a ticket for $2,000 for each black cat that was in there.
Right.
And Gavin's worried about his whole food salad.
You would think the food inspector showed up.
And it has nothing... Can I just explain that? However, and it has nothing... Can I just explain the whole salad thing for a second? I'm not trying to be a wise ass here. You mentioned the fresh salad twice. I haven't eaten all day.
How about we get all this out of here right now? Bag.
Give me a bag.
I'm gonna get you a bag. We'll definitely cooperate.
Is this the current address for you?
No.
Where do you live now?
I can't. No.
No.
I will
identify.
No, I will gladly write down current address.
You're required by state law to update your driver's
And
license.
I understand that.
How were you able to buy this salad for this ID? Huh? Turn around.
Hands on the wall.
You want to hear the salad?
Yeah.
I don't know why, after everything, the explosive, the only thing I like now is salad.
It's because Gavin's just so... Can I just get back to the salad for a minute?
Back it up.
I need to get past this.
Can I just explain the whole salad thing for a second? I'm not trying to be a wise ass here, but you mentioned the fresh salad twice. I haven't eaten all day.
How about we get all this out of here right now? Give me a bag. I'm gonna get you a bag. We'll definitely cooperate.
Is this the current address for you?
No.
Where do you live now?
I can't. No.
No.
I will
identify.
No, I will gladly write down.
All right, I'm taking the salad.
That's it. And your Frosty Pop.
You're required by state law to update your driver's license.
And I understand that.
Okay, so why haven't you done that?
I've been busy.
Here we go.
Busy playing with fireworks.
Oh my.
Gavin, you're going to take it.
You're such a jerk. You are a jerk. I hate you. I'm leaving. You're such a jerk.
Play it again.
Just the salad part?
Yeah.
I would spare the part with David Henry going, I know where these came from, but nothing's ever happened. I swear. You lied.
Well, the bit was too long to pull and play in its entirety. I thought if we started with the bucket of black cats and backed up a couple minutes, we'd have everything. And I forgot about David Henry being a dick.
You
give Gavin credit for not turning on any of us.
Yeah.
I know exactly where those came from. Those guys brought it in here. If you go in there and check, they're going to have another stash.
Well, that's it. I mean, you're not going to rat somebody out if you know you're in on the bit.
I don't get it.
Well, if you think it's a bit, you don't immediately go, oh, it's those guys in there. You're not worried about ratting somebody out or whether you're in trouble because you know it's a bit.
Who knows what Everett just said? I'm out.
Gavin didn't know it was a bit.
That's what I'm talking about. David Henry.
He didn't know it was a bit.
I know. But he said he knew it was a bit.
He said afterwards.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But he didn't know it was a bit. And how we know that is because had he truly known that it was a bit, it wouldn't have been important for him to rat us out.
So, shut up!
Okay.
Did anybody else ever get that? Don't say anything else.
I won't. Not really.
Fine.
What are you saying?
I'm not anymore. You told me not to say it.
Let this one go. Deep breath, cleansing. Move forward to the salad.
I don't know how to better explain it.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well, then I give up.
Drink?
Huh? No. What are you saying?
Okay. David Henry, if he truly knows that it's a bit, doesn't rat us out. Why?
He doesn't know it's... Oh, okay. I got it.
Thank you.
David Henry rats us out because he's ratting us... Because he's a dick. I already said that.
Because he thinks he's in trouble if he doesn't. If he knows it's a bit, there's no motivation to rat us out. Hence, there's no way he knows it's a bit.
I got it. So his excuse later when he came down, he goes, I knew it was a bit.
Right. And that's how we know it's malarkey.
I understood for a second.
How about we go off? Well, I want to...
God. I don't think it's a joke at all. I was sitting here and I'm not being calm.
Yeah, but you're trying to act as though you knew nothing about these.
This is the best bit ever.
I had nothing to do with this whatsoever. And it has nothing... Can I just explain the whole salad thing for a second? I'm not trying to be a wise ass here, but you mentioned the fresh salad twice. I haven't eaten all day.
How about we get all this out of here, like, right now? Okay?
Give me a bag.
I'm going to get you back. We'll definitely cooperate.
Is this current address for you?
No.
Where do you live now?
I can't. No.
No.
I will
identify.
No, I will gladly write down current address.
You're required by state law to update your driver's license.
And I understand that. I understand that.
Okay, so why haven't you done that?
I've been busy.
Busy playing with fireworks.
Oh my.
Gavin, you're going to get a ticket.
You're such a jerk. You are a jerk. I hate you. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I want to go back and hear the earlier salad references.
I think it's funny, David Henry in there goes, I'm going to go get you a bag. We're going to cooperate. He never came back.
Yeah, I'm going to go get a bag in Waco. We can handle this.
There were no bags in this building.
No, not a one.
I'll call when I'm back in town.
It's a bag-free zone.
We have time for news? All right. 5:45, Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Just this week, Senator John Kerry said that the tornadoes in the South were because of global warming. Well, one of the solutions we always hear about is ethanol. That is, turning corn, soy, and other crops into fuel, so...
Back up. How are the tornadoes a result of global warming?
I have the audio if you'd like to find out how it works. John Kerry's cut 14.
This isn't the first season we've had twisters.
We've had a couple of them before.
What cut?
14.
You know, I don't want to sort of leap into the larger meaning of it inappropriately, but on the other hand, the Weather Service has told us we are going to have more and more intense storms. And insurance companies are beginning to look at this issue and understand this is related to the intensity of storms that's related to the warming of the earth. And so it goes to global warming and larger issues that we're not paying attention to. The fact is the hurricanes are more intensive, the storms are more intensive, the rainfall is more intense in certain places.
I'll bet you can go back over the last 100 years, however long they've been keeping records of weather, and find hurricanes and tornadoes that were worse than anything we've had in the past 5-10 years.
You certainly can. We lost 3,000 people in Galveston, what year, 1906?
Right.
Somewhere around there.
You think maybe he's suggesting that they're going to get worse in terms of the cycles? In other words, the bad times are going to be worse now than
well, he's saying they're going to be more intense. We've had tornadoes, hurricanes, other natural disasters that were more intense than these 50, 100 years ago.
Actually, the hurricane season last year was really pretty light. I'm not sure we had one hit.
I don't know that we did.
Yeah, I think there was one, and it petered out or veered off to the right.
What were the global warming guys then?
It's cyclical.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's what you use when nothing happens that you can directly point at global warming. And then they go back and blame the cows.
The methane?
Yeah.
Now they've decided it comes out of the burps and the farts.
Well, yeah, of course.
They were talking about, what was it, Dan? Sticking a kangaroo ass in the cows?
Stomachs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously kangaroos don't have as big of a problem with gas.
So we're just going to do stomach transplants on all the cows.
Are you sure it was their stomachs and not their a-holes?
You know what? They're connected all the way through, so maybe it eventually would have gone down there.
Either way, it sounds very cost effective.
Well, he's right, because each one only has one hole, but the cow's got the 4 stomachs. So your 4-to-1 ratio is going to eat you alive with the kangaroos.
There's a little bit more, but you get the idea.
And so it goes to global warming and larger issues that we're not paying attention to. The fact is the hurricanes are more intensive, the storms are more intensive, the rainfall is more intense in certain places at certain times, and the weather patterns have changed.
And they do that every year, John.
Well, and you have different. I was going to say you have different reasons for different climate changes. You have the what was it?
El Nino.
Yeah, okay.
El Nino.
And then there was something that followed the El Nino.
La Nina.
Yeah. Same thing.
That has been coming around forever.
Oh, but you could go back over the last 100 years, and you could chart an up and down deal on storms, and it's probably pretty much same timeline.
I just love that the year that we had no major hurricanes hit the U.S., we didn't hear much from these guys. They kind of went, well, I was lucky. You got lucky.
First of all, just because it's not happening here doesn't mean it's not happening other places. You have a problem with the polar ice caps.
Oh, that's true.
Those are melting, and then we're going to lose the polar bears. Is that one of them?
Yes.
It is.
Polar bears are drowning.
All right. And what am I going to do with a polar bear? If all of them vanish, what's going to happen to me?
Nothing.
All right. So what do I care about the ice caps?
Well, I don't know. Again, how much is that really going to raise the ocean?
Well, then go to the both Arctic zones and drop off Live Fest.
For the bears?
Yeah. Water wings.
You should definitely work in the government.
What? The what? Yeah. Was there another cut of audio?
No, it was just that John Kerry cut that goes with the story.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
More on the ethanol thing where it talks about turning the crops into fuel so we don't have to use regular old gasoline anymore. In theory, that sounds great, but Princeton scientists have released a study claiming that widespread use of ethanol will actually make global warming worse. There's only so much land for growing corn in the world, and if farmers end up using more cropland for fuel, that means they'll have to start plowing up forest and grasslands just to have land to grow food on. And when you start cutting down trees, mowing down grasslands all over the world, that actually releases huge amounts of carbon into the air. They say it will actually increase greenhouse gases by 93% compared to gasoline over the same 30-year period.
Why don't they grow corn in something, structures like a skyscraper? Each floor, put natural light in there.
Hydroponics.
And go straight up. That way you're making use of the area. And you can grow corn year-round.
There's got to be a reason they can't do that. I don't know.
They don't want to.
Well, yeah.
If you're talking about... If you're worried about the space you're going to eat up growing corn or any other plant, build skyscrapers, terrarium?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just build them as tall as you want. Then you can grow corn or whatever else you want to grow nonstop. You don't have to worry about winds, sun, drought, anything.
storms. You're right. That's a very good idea.
Thank you.
Again, you should be running the government.
Good, Dan.
Okay.
You like the floaty idea?
I like the floaty idea. Yeah, I like it just for the pictures.
Bears like to float.
Speaking of running the government, Vice President Dick Cheney is returning this weekend to the South Texas ranch, where he...
Back to his favorite fishing hole?
Sure. Where he accidentally shot a hunting companion 2 years ago. And Armstrong said Cheney was expected to arrive today at the Armstrong's 50,000-acre ranch. She said, "We have a wonderful quail crop, and he is a fabulous shot."
Yeah.
Who was it he shot?
Cheney shot Austin attorney Harry Whittington in the torso, neck, and face when he pulled the trigger on his 28-gauge shotgun. The shooting was ruled an accident, and Whittington was hospitalized for 6 days.
And then he apologized. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Vice President, I got in your way.
My bad! I'm okay. Stop it! Go ahead.
Well, I remember back in September when Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said there were no homosexuals in Iran. Well, that's because in Iran, if you're gay, the government will actually pay for you to have a sex change operation. This year, the Iranian government will spend $650,000 on sex change operations for transsexuals. The policy started in 1984 when Ayatollah Khomeini issued a decree saying that transsexuals are trapped in the wrong body. Since then, sex change operations have become very common. The policy has even been endorsed by gender experts as enlightened thinking.
Well, that's just rearranging the numbers. We don't have any homosexuals. Look at the paperwork. Well, dude, you've been cooking the You've got a bunch of homosexuals. You just either sewing them on or taking them off.
You've been swapping body parts.
They've just been burning the tranny numbers.
Go ahead.
A Collin County jury today found a man guilty of hiring someone to kill his pregnant wife. Albert Jackson Sterling II was found guilty on 2 counts of solicitation of capital murder, one for his wife and one for the unborn child.
I wonder how they went back and proved that, because really you just have the word of the hitman.
Maybe the hitman had tapes. I don't know. Who knows?
Phone records? Were there any? There had to be some sort of connection that the jury was able to follow between the two.
Does it say that?
No.
Just that he was convicted.
Yeah, it just says it was convicted.
Do you know the rest of the story, that his wife actually testified on his behalf?
Yes. Yeah, I did hear that.
When she testified, she didn't rehearse with the prosecution. She rehearsed with the defense attorneys.
Really?
So anything that came out of her was going to be in her husband's behalf,
right? On
his behalf. Well, he's trustworthy.
He's had an affair, and he tried to have you killed. How the hell?
She doesn't. I think the affair he fessed up to.
Yeah.
She thinks that he had nothing to do with the murder for hire.
So the guy in the house that said he just suddenly made up a story. He said, "Oh, your husband sent me here to kill you."
That's what she believes?
That's some blitz.
Yeah, that doesn't sound plausible.
Beyond not plausible.
Right.
It's just sad. And you wonder what her thinking is.
And that's the only other inference you could draw, was that he just made that up after he got there and got caught.
Well, but I think he knew too much.
Sure, well, exactly. That's my point. It's not...
Obviously
didn't happen that way.
It's not exactly the same scenario, but we talked about this earlier in the week. The Detroit mayor got caught banging his chief of staff?
Yes. Right.
His wife goes on TV to apologize with him. He decides he's going to address Detroit. And here's what I did, and I'm sorry. And she's there with him.
Right.
Holding his hand, saying this is nobody's business but ours. Every marriage goes through tumultuous times. And
allow us this time together.
With the help of Zales. And other large ticket companies.
Right.
I'll be able to get through this.
Sure.
But it was just, that's beyond narcissistic. The only reason that he had her there was for his image.
Of course.
She's the one that got screwed around. Now he's got to have her there, look like a buffoon standing by your guy while he tries to get out of hot water when she had to go through everything.
Right.
He's the only one that looks really, really, really bad. Embarrassed. It's bad enough that all your friends know, but have to be on television and hold his hand and lean into him.
And just the opposite. If Amy were in a public office and she got caught cheating, yeah, I'd go on television and sit there and support you.
Well,
and I apologize to the entire city. Yeah, you're a whore. Did you enjoy it? You blowing your hair? Where all did you do it?
It's live TV, Mr. Martin.
Huh?
We're live.
Oh, good. That would be the only reason that I would go on.
Say the D word again.
All right. How was his penis? Was it thick? Was it bulbous?
That's better.
Was it long? Was it short and thick? Like a tuna can.
Yeah, you'd go on with her. She'd trust you to go on TV with her.
But she may have ulterior motives.
Like the reason Hillary stuck with Bill?
Exactly. I don't think Hillary Clinton would be in the place she is now had she left Bill when he got busted. Especially being the fact that there were rumors of him, cheating going back to when he was governor.
That's what Obama just came to me. That's what Obama's wife said about a few months ago. She goes, seriously, and she didn't really aim it right at Hillary, but this is who she was talking about. If you can't run your family, how can you run a country?
That's right. I remember that.
Punch right in the puss.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
And you're right. Who was the ugly chick that Clinton got busted with?
Lewinsky.
Yeah.
Well, Paula Jones was the one in Arkansas, and she was hideous.
Lewinsky was in the White House. It was the Paula Jones.
Yes.
Who, even after a bunch of plastic surgery, still was a squid.
Yes.
Yeah, because originally wasn't Paula Jones the one, or was it Jennifer Flowers? The one that had, the 3 ridges on her nose?
Which one was Jennifer Flowers?
She was the one that then she posed in Penthouse and told...
And he banged her?
That one was never proven, but yeah.
Was she hot?
She was decent.
He didn't bang her.
Yeah. Other than that, his choice of women was just foul.
He might have lucked out and got a good one.
No. And who was a fat chick he banged that looked like John Goodman? I know I ask this every time. Who was that?
Oh, that was the one who ratted her. Well, Monica Lewinsky's the one he banged, but the one that looked like John Goodman was the girl who ratted him out.
Taped the phone
Linda
calls.
Tripp.
Yeah, Linda Tripp.
He never banged her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a picture of Hillary and Bill in their younger days?
No.
Oh, it's hideous.
Worse than now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when they met, I saw a picture
How could you be uglier when you're younger?
She was a troll. Just...
Doesn't make any sense.
He has no taste in women.
Oh.
He's from Arkansas.
Stop. Anything else before we break? Who's the guy on line 1 about the Weather Service?
Oh, he was saying that John Kerry and other global warming hypists will always point to the National Weather Service as saying, that they've warned us about this before. The guy on line 1 is saying the National Weather Service has never said anything about storms getting worse because of global warming.
How do you know that, John?
Well, because all you need to do is look up the information for yourself. I mean, it's there. I know it's a little off topic now. I just didn't want the listeners to be, led down the wrong path yet again by Kerry and some of his outlandish statements. But the Weather Service has never officially bought into the science that they're using to try and prove global warming.
Well, you're right. That's easy enough to go back and check. It's like Trey said. Look at the weather patterns for the past 100 years. If you look at the gaps, I bet the cycles are going to be pretty much equal.
Exactly, and if you look at the polar ice caps, they talk about the polar ice caps are thinning. Come to find out it's cyclical about every 50 years because the ice is no longer at the center. Now it's toward the edges, but they don't tell you that part.
Well, I got the polar ice cap thing handling.
Anyway.
All right, thank you.
Polar bears and the floaties.
Shut up. Be back.
To the Russ Martin Show.
Do what?
Yeah, absolutely. Love to hear some more of it.
What are the questions from the polygraph show?
Here.
All right. I forgot where we stopped. When is Diane going to try and do the last 2/3 of this?
She said she is available.
I don't know if I want to do this.
Why?
Because last night took, from the time that she set my levels, almost a couple hours.
Well, you did 40 questions. Maybe pare the next set down to about 20 really good ones.
Just chucks?
Just chucks. Throw everybody else's out.
Yeah, we've already gotten past the racial issue, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Now we're into personal stuff. She said she could come to your house Sunday if you wanted. Or Monday after the show. Whenever.
Monday after the show is fine.
Okay.
Hold on.
To your house? No.
Back it up.
Yes. No deception. The Dickies 500.
That was a Supreme.
Number 22. Do you hide things when black people are coming to your house? No. No deception indicated. 23. Have you ever had a dream about having sex with someone on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Answer yes. No deception.
All right.
24.
Who was that?
Everett, could you go on the hall for a minute?
I don't care. Oh, yeah, you banged Valerie.
I didn't.
That's right.
Yeah, you did.
There were other chicks on the show that I banged.
Well, yeah, but you banged her as well.
That's not who I'm talking about here, though.
Oh.
Who are you talking about? It's lie detector time. Who was it?
Who else did I bang?
On the show?
Yeah.
Well, Katana.
Yeah. Screwed Katana. Good.
Okay, I believe that.
This doesn't mean I'm thinking about Valerie.
You're not thinking about her. You already did that.
That's not what this question's pertaining to. But I also screwed Scott, the stunt boy.
No, you didn't.
Or do you think it's funny to use the N-word? He refused to answer.
Why is that? Why'd you refuse? Say no, get that over with. It's not funny.
Well, it's funny when black people use it, and I don't want it to come off like I thought it was okay for me to say the word.
We're talking about you here, not other people.
Well, it says, do you think it's funny to use the word? I think it's funny when black people use it.
It's a poorly constructed question.
Okay.
Thank you. Which I saw coming.
25. Would you take the Batmobile for a ride in Pleasant Grove? Not a chance. No deception indicated. 26. Do you think JD slept with one of your girlfriends?
Jesus.
He refused to answer.
Why?
Because I'm bored with this. Because I know you did it.
You've asked me on the lie detector before, and I've passed every time. You've asked me 6 different ways. Have I had any contact, sexual contact, kissing, touching, fondling, intercourse?
I don't think we covered all those.
Yeah, we have.
We will.
We have.
He just hadn't hit the right word. Is that what you're saying?
No, I haven't done anything to her ever.
I don't understand how you did it, and you were able to beat the polygraph.
I didn't do it.
Maybe there wasn't actual physical contact. You screw her through a drape?
No. I never screwed her. Never put any part of my body into hers.
You screw her through a drape?
No, not through a drape. Becoming a Dr. Seuss novel.
27. Is your first girlfriend the only fat chick you have ever banged? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
Ow.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Or you wouldn't have come across.
Think Everett wants to see a picture of your first?
First what?
Girlfriend?
Unquestionably. Give it to me. This is a current picture of her, not what she looked like when she was 16.
Okay, is this the one that was fat, though, then?
Yes.
Okay.
The email she sent to Trey. I got a few emails from friends after you guys talked about me being Russ's first. Please let him know I'm doing great. Have my weight under control. I've been married for 12 years. Have 3 children, including Ashley, the girl I had when Russ and me dated. I'm the one in the zebra outfit below. And it's got her name, and it's her.
It's her.
Yeah.
Okay. So am I prepared? Am I ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is 30 years later?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever 76 to now is. Mm-hmm. All right. There.
Mm-hmm. Looks like she brought the herd.
Yeah, because it's a group picture.
Yeah. Wow. Looks like that's what they're saying. Look at it.
Yeah, it does. Because they're all, look.
They've all got their lips pursed together.
Yeah. They do. I think they're trying to kiss, but the move's coming out.
I thought it was coming out of the picture when you did it.
I've got 3 children. She got it up under the zebra outfit.
Like a kangaroo.
One each pant leg. You dated a marsupial.
Why would you send this as a current picture? You could send me anybody that's skinny, I wouldn't know. I'm not going to know what you look like 30 years later.
Because to her, she has her weight under control.
How many fat women have we heard say that? You won't be able to handle me when I get up there. I'm going to show you what a good-looking woman is. I've lost weight. I'm in great shape. And they come up here and they fill the whole window over there.
Oh,
how many times does that happen?
And I don't know what that phrase means. You couldn't handle me. All right, fair enough. Without a couple of sheepdogs and a horse, perhaps.
Backloader.
Or when they go, I got 44 triple Ds. Well, that 44 is a bad number to have unless you're about 6'3".
Yeah, and also, unless they're fake, you're going to have an ass on wheels. She didn't want to hear back from me, did she?
No, but I'll be happy to write her back for you.
No. The only upside is she ain't the fattest chick in this group picture.
That's probably why she sent it to you.
Yeah.
There are actually chicks fatter than me.
Comparatively, I'm lean.
Take a picture of me next to this building. Put eyes on it. That's. I don't know why that's disturbing. I mean, I didn't end up with that.
No, it was your first deal. And you're right, your choices were limited. It was young and pleasant girl.
I don't know why I flunked the polygraph on it. Was that the only fat chick that you banged? I can't think of anybody else that was...
Even questionable, maybe? Somebody that got fat later?
No, I don't know what that one was.
Okay.
28. Will you ever go out of town on a vacation? No. Answer no. No deception indicated. 29. Do you think Trey is a vampire? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
Did you edit that?
Number 30. Do you ever have sexual fantasies about other men? Answer no. No deception. 31. Do you want to marry your girlfriend? Answer no. Deception indicated.
You're cutting these up.
No. That's twice that similar question has been asked, and you failed both times. They asked earlier about within 20
It's in the back of my mind, but it's not something that has any immediacy tied to it.
Well, no, not for you. For sure for her. She's brought it up several times, yes?
Yes. And she's gotten shot down every time?
Yes.
32. Do you fantasize about exes while having sex with your girlfriend? Answer yes. No deception. Number 33.
What?
Nothing. Just this.
You don't think about anybody else when you're banging Joy?
Exes?
Anybody.
Let me think. Hold on. No, not really. I really, back in my mind, unless it's been a fleeting thought at one point.
You never find maybe sometime you're tired, it's hard to finish, and you think about somebody else?
Maybe so, but it's not a regular occurrence. We've had a lot of sex over the last several years, so I don't really specifically do that on a regular basis.
I do.
Do you?
Ever?
I think about chicks I haven't banged.
Oh, I do that as well.
You think about which exes? Does it matter? Just general ones, you change them up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get bored with the next.
I understand.
Do you think Gavin is bisexual? Answer yes. No deception. 34.
Oh, Jesus. He is not. That wasn't whether he was. That was.
Was that you, Gavin?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I'm not bi.
Well, they didn't ask if you were bisexual. They asked if I thought you were.
Why do you think I'm bi?
Because I think you... Yes.
No.
All right, let me ask you this. Yeah. And I just want a yes or a no.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Have you kissed a man in this past week?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's not fair.
I understand.
Jesus. You know.
What happened?
We went on a gang rape tear this past week.
Oh, okay.
Somebody went in and got a piece of Gavin's mouth.
Oh, I see.
Started with Chloe. Chloe was in trouble for screwing something up, so he was going to have to do a weekend shift.
Right.
I let him off of that. I said, if you go in there and give Gavin some nice tongue.
There you go. Sounds like a fair deal.
It started with me.
You kissed him first?
Yeah, remember? We brought him in.
Because Dan was homophobic.
Dan was homophobic and wouldn't.
Is this the audio?
Yes.
And hear this?
Yes, absolutely.
We were talking about the way I kissed.
Okay.
That's really the only setup that you need.
All right.
Oh, we brought in a bunch of chicks from Jaguars.
Okay.
Different races. I kissed them all to prove that I had no preference.
You're not a racist.
Right.
You pucker up like a dog. Mm-hmm. Close your eyes. You prune face. Is that how you really kiss?
Yeah.
That's sad.
How do you do it?
I don't know. I never looked at myself. I look at you, though, do it. The girls laughed at you. I'm sorry. They did.
Well, just show me how. And it's funny. As soon as I said, show me how you do it,
yeah.
I looked over at Dan. I didn't have to say anything, and Dan starts to back up. How you normally go at Joy?
I can't think of how I normally do it. You just close your eyes and you put your...
No, you don't. Don't you do it.
You don't. Come here, Dan.
Just stand there.
I'm gonna hit somebody.
Just put your hands on his shoulders. You don't have to get any closer to them.
Hands on his shoulders.
Just stand right there.
I'm already standing close enough.
Come here.
This bit blows already. Just put your hands on his shoulder and say
Get
it.
away from me, you bag.
You put your hand behind his back and then...
No, Dan, get over there.
Come here. I won't hurt you. Come here.
Get crying or something.
I think Dan's a bigger homophobe than Gavin.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think Gavin would actually kiss me.
He did say you were his first choice.
No, I think it was Dan. No, it was JD.
Yeah,
it was JD.
I was first.
See, it's already a match. You go get
Gavin.
Come here, Dan.
Get away.
Come in here. I think it's funnier that Dan wigging out than Gavin actually getting a smooch.
Yeah, Dan wouldn't even let me get close to him.
And then JD says, I think Gavin would actually kiss me.
He would.
Like, he's sort of proud of it.
Well, it's funny because Gavin was in the hall, so he didn't know what was going on.
Oh.
I bet for cash, Dan would look at my penis.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, would you look at my weenie for cash?
$20.
Okay.
Damn, you're cheap. You could have held out.
You ain't got to touch it. Just look at it.
That's a $100 deal.
Why?
Because.
Not really.
Well,
how many times in 5.5 years since I've been here have I seen the thing for free?
That's true. Yeah.
Plus, if you break it down on an hourly rate, that's pretty good.
Yes, you're right. So how long does he have to stare at it?
Just once.
Okay.
A couple of seconds.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Could we be gay?
Are we about to go into a bidding war?
No. Probably have people from sales start lining up in the hall.
Oh, yeah.
Deal of the week.
Yeah.
KLLI, deal of the week.
Is the deal of the week still, is what's the name of the restaurant?
Isabella's.
No.
It changed?
Yes.
What happened, Gavin? You get caught?
No, we sold out.
You got caught.
No, we sold out.
I don't know what that means.
We sold out of certificates. Everyone bought them.
Oh. So you get to be the deal of the week as long as you got something to sell.
Yeah, that makes
And you're part owner of the restaurant.
One has nothing to do with the other. We sold out.
Why is it I've never heard of the deal of the week until about a month ago? It's Isabella's, which you own part of, and it's the deal of the week for a month.
Apparently it's popular, so they wanted to get it on the deal of the week.
You got caught?
No, I'm totally fine. Full disclosure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. How you normally go at Joy?
I can't think of how I normally do it. You just close your eyes and you put your...
No, you don't. Don't you do it.
You don't. Come here, Dan.
Just stand there.
I'm gonna hit somebody.
Just put your hands on his shoulders. You don't have to get any closer to them.
Hands on his shoulders.
Just stand right there.
I'm already standing close enough.
Come here.
This bit blows already. Just put your hands on his shoulder and say
Get
it.
away from me, you bag.
You put your hand behind his back and that's like...
Dan, get over there.
Come here. I won't hurt you. Come here.
Get crying or something.
I think Dan's a bigger homophobe than Gavin.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think Gavin would actually kiss me.
He did say you were his first choice.
No, I think it was Dan. No, it was JD.
Yeah,
it was
I was first.
See, it's already a match. You go get
Gavin.
Come here, Dan.
Get away.
Come in here for a minute. Gavin's not listening, so he doesn't know what we're doing. Could you stand over here next to JD?
All right.
All right, show me how you do it.
What you normally do is you put your hand behind like this.
Got him good.
Got him real good.
Well, when Gavin realized what JD's doing, he backs up, weirds out, and his mouth comes open to say no. That's where he got it.
Tongue goes in.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I'd sound too proud of that.
Well, this is Gavin. We're buddies.
All right, what else were we playing?
We were still in the lie detector.
Oh. All right.
Do you really believe that Asians can't drive? Answer yes. No deception. 35. Do you think your fiance has been faithful to you? Answer no. Deception indicated.
Why would you say no? You know damn well she hasn't.
I was jacking around. Okay. That's why I flunked that one. Sure. I still check up on her.
Which is absurd.
Why?
Because you know damn well she's not going to do anything. Ever,
all right,
ever,
well, from
ever.
time to time, you go and check, and you feel better about things because you know that she says, I'm going to work for a few hours on the weekend. That's where she is.
Yes, it always will be.
All right, and even if she's got... What?
Don't you get a gut feeling from her? You just know you can trust her?
You do, but that's normally when you get it.
You're so suspicious of everybody.
All right, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Say she has this fleeting moment. She thinks, I'm going to try this once, see if I like it. But if she knows that I'm checking up on her from time to time, she's not going to succumb.
If she wanted to cheat, she could do it while you're on the air.
But you never know when I've got either somebody watching you or I'm watching you. Let me ask you this. Do you speed a lot?
I have from time to time, yes.
But you don't as much because...
I know that my route home is now lined with cops. I've been lined with them.
But it's something you shouldn't be doing.
No.
And they're there to prevent that.
It's true.
That's what I am. I'm the poon police.
Will you do this your entire life?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not like she could get away with anything.
Exactly.
Listeners would spot her.
Again, exactly. But from time to time, you got to do hands-on.
On patrol.
How long we got, Cliff? Okay.
36. Is there any race that you don't like? Answer yes. No deception. The ones who can't drive.
You don't like them as a race?
I don't like people who can't drive.
Okay.
37. Would you lick Stacy's butt crack if your life depended on it? Answer no. Deception.
I would not.
Yes, you would. If your life depended on it, you get a little lick, and you get to live.
He's a 600-pound man.
So?
I don't know what's trapped in his ass.
This is your life.
I don't want to spread that apart and take a chance on getting hit by something.
And who'd want to live with that memory?
Well, again,
you don't know what's going to come flying out of that. Slip and slide, tricycles,
nothing up there.
Amelia Earhart. I don't know what's getting stuck in his ass. What? That's on roll.
Now that's possible.
Let's see, where are we here?
Indicated. 38. Have you ever bumped heads with another man? Answer yes. Deception indicated.
Jacking around again.
Yes.
39. Would you date an Asian woman? Answer yes. No deception. Number 40. Do you really think you're fat? Yes. No deception. 41. Are you jealous that Dan is stronger than you? No. Deception indicated.
You've always said that.
What?
You're jealous of Dan. He's younger. He's stronger.
I don't think I'm stronger than he is.
I'm sorry. Maybe I misunderstood the question.
Well, I'd still jealous.
Yeah,
the question is jealous.
You're jealous.
I ought to be jealous. He's under 30. He's been working out his entire life. I just started a few years ago. I don't give a rat's ass what he does.
Yes, you do.
Well, he shouldn't.
Shut up.
You always ask.
I'm built differently. I'm more...
What?
I'm
fit?
No, I'm fit. No, not fit.
More what?
More physically
fit.
Proportioned for weightlifting. I mean, you said it yourself before. I'm the one that's got the kangaroo or T-Rex arms, and that's true. That my arms are shorter than yours.
That's not what you were going to say.
That
Physically
was
fit.
Physically fit was not what I was going to say.
You call me, Gavin?
Sorry to bother you. A couple of sales guys are out in the hallway, and they wanted to take you up on the offer.
Oh, what? Oh, looking at my weenie?
Yeah, you said $20, and you said I bet sales would do it, so...
Who's in the hall?
Our sales managers, Steve and Robbie, they said they need to hit budget since it's Friday.
If $40 depends on our budget, we are so screwed.
I don't have any cash. Will they do it for trade?
Look at each other and call it even.
That's not what trade means. Everyone shut up. I don't have any cash. They're either going to have to spot me or we're going to have to work out some kind of trade.
Said they'll take a check, and I can spot you if you need it.
Maybe they can plug a client.
Oh, they're looking at my weenie?
Mm-hmm.
Bring Robbie in first.
Okay.
He's the big fat one.
Oh, my God. This has gone beyond unbelievable. What are you doing?
I don't want it to be too little.
Just when I thought this week couldn't get more queer.
Yeah. You ready? You got to come over here and look at it.
I have to look at it that close?
Over here.
Okay. Wow. All right.
One chance. One.
Things we do for sales.
Hang on a second.
5-3. 20? Yeah! What are you doing? Unbelievable.
Hands down. You got touched by the wiener.
That was almost an insertion order, Russ. Unacceptable. I liked it, though. All right, see you tomorrow, next Friday?
Show him up.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well done.
Who else is in the hall?
Steve Sullivan.
All right, hold on a second. I got to turn the mics off.
Okay.
Got it? Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right, let me rearrange.
Totally
Ready, Gavin?
Yep.
Send Steve Sullivan in. I mean it when he comes in. Okay.
Uh-oh.
How are you?
Oh, good. So far.
All right.
Over here?
Now. Dan, come in and help us. Hurry up. Don't let him leave with his trousers.
Please.
Take them off.
Come on. Hey, come on.
Take his shoes.
$100 worth. Cut it out. Easy out of my guy.
Take them off.
We're not that short a budget. Really? I can make it up.
Can you not get them off of him?
Not fair, Russ. You know what? This is some... I'll never do this to you. You owe me something.
I let him go. Hang on, let me see his weenie really quick.
$40.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
We don't have to play if you don't want to. Trey just brought up that we haven't done this in a while.
I like to play it. I just never win it.
We have anything to give away?
I have a sheet here. Stand by. Stand by. Yes. Well, the tickets are for 2 tickets for the Monster Jam, but it says here Saturday the 9th at Reunion Arena. They'll be tomorrow.
And?
It'd be too late to give these tickets away. Building's closed.
We're keeping them. We don't give this stuff away.
That's the beautiful part.
What else are we playing for?
Okay. Limo Ride with Limo George, dinner for 2 at the Blue Goose Cantina, movie passes to all the new Live 105.3 movie premieres, and The Kingdom on DVD.
What's The Kingdom?
That's with Jamie Foxx.
What?
It's a really cool like army movie with Jamie Foxx. It's a conspiracy movie.
Oh, cool. Well, it'll be worth playing.
Absolutely, I'm excited.
How many cuts on here?
I believe 38.
All right. You ready, Dan, for Rock and Roll Jeopardy?
Sure.
Okay. Why are the phone lines lighting up? We're not going to give this to anybody. We never give it to anybody.
No.
It's all a sham.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's not a sham.
All right. Everybody said, Trey, test your buzzer. JD. Everett. Here's mine. All right. Ready, Dan?
Everett. What is Lou Reed Walking the Wild Side?
Incorrect.
There's something happening here.
I know this.
What it is ain't exactly clear.
All right. I'm out. What is this?
Gone over there.
For What It's Worth?
By Buffalo Springfield.
Yes.
Okay.
To beware.
What is Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group?
That is correct.
Trey? What is Aretha Franklin Pink Cadillac?
Incorrect.
JD? What is Aretha Franklin Freeway of Love?
Bag.
No, wait.
Everett. What is Freeze Frame by the J. Gals Band?
Yes.
JD? This is Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places.
Yes.
Weird.
Blame it all on my room.
Russ.
What is Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys?
That is correct.
Oh, who sang this? Another song.
Russ. What is Funky Town by Lips Inc?
That, yes.
Thank you.
Ready?
What is Georgia by Ray Charles?
Hey, we'll take that. Georgia's on my mind.
Russ.
What is Get Back by the Beatles?
Correct.
JD?
That
was me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Russ.
What's Getting Jiggy with It? Will Smith.
Correct.
This is from Hellfaces and Lovebirds. The Eagles. Get over it.
Barry.
What'd you call me?
You heard me.
I'll be damned. Everett. What is Leonard Skinner? Give me 3 steps.
Yeah.
Trey.
What is the Bowling for Soup girl all the bad guys want?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, it is.
JD?
Duran Duran, Girls on Film.
Maricon.
What was that one? I missed it.
Can that air?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Hispanic for queer.
Oh. Maricon.
JD?
Go ahead, get ready, Dan. Where's Laura Branigan, Gloria?
Finocchio.
You sure these can air?
That's Italian.
Oh. Does that one mean?
No, it was what JD was.
Queer?
Yeah.
Everett? What is Bruce Springsteen Glory Days?
Correct.
Fleetwood Mac. Go your own way.
Yes.
Everett, what are the cars? Let the good times roll.
Yes.
What's everybody looking at me for? Oh, I don't. It's a point. What do you want, Elton John? I forgot which road song it is. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Correct. Frog Queen.
Alrighty. Very cute.
You got a whole list?
Oh, yeah.
I like how everybody just looks at Dan now whenever JD gives an answer.
Russ. What is George Harrison got my mind set on you?
Yes. Yes. That's all you Russ gets. Yes. I've played this for years. I don't know
the name of the song. I don't know the name of the chick. What is it, Dan?
That is Got to Be Real by Cheryl Lynn.
Okay. Russ, what is Earth, Wind, and Fire Fantasy?
No.
What does Earth, Wind, and Fire got to get you into my life?
Government inspected meat.
That's a good one.
So the Black Crowes, Black Crowes, hard to handle.
Yes.
Nobody crossed their arms. No. I can't decide whether it's Chicago or Cetera. It's Chicago.
The fact that you know they exist is enough.
I played all these songs. Hard for me to say, I'm sorry.
By
Chicago.
Seafood.
Everybody needs
Russ. The Pointer Sisters, He's So Shy.
Yes.
That's kind of gay. Don't we get a gay reference?
Nope. Shut up, Nancy.
I knew this, and then you called him Nancy. That's Foreigner.
Yeah.
What is Foreigner Head Games?
Yes.
How many do we have left, Dan?
I've got 1, 2, 3, it looks like.
All right. What's the score so far?
Don't even start it. Let's see here. You've got 9. I've got 8. Everett's got 4. Trey's got 2.
How many do I have?
9.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Russ. What is Huey Lewis in the News? Heart of Rock and Roll?
Yes.
Play this in KLFM.
I never meant to be so bad to you.
And there's your heat of the moment.
One thing I said
Dutch Girl.
Wait. I don't believe he rang in.
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, go ahead, Everett.
What is Asia? Heat of the moment.
Double ribs.
Double what?
Ribs.
No. What does that mean?
Euphemism for male homosexuality and from ancient China.
Oh.
Hey!
Hey, mister.
Here's a frogman again. Get this one, John.
Okay, I played this too. It's Ryan Adams, something.
We'll wait.
Is it heaven? Heaven in your eyes or heaven?
Just the singular.
Heaven.
By
Ryan Adams, I said that.
Frog Queen.
Well, it can't end because it's a tie. I gotta go. We'll go to the jam show together.
What jam show?
That's what we won tickets to. the Monster Jam tomorrow night at Reunion Arena. You and I go together, Pillow Biters.
Fine.
Puff Monster.
I'll wear my T-shirt with a finger that's pointing and says, I'm with Frog Queen.
Someone's dropping a hairpin.
We also want a limo ride from George, a dinner for two at the Blue Goose Cantina, movie passes to all the new Live 105 movie premieres, and that wonderful Kingdom on DVD.
All right. Ready to go, Dan?
Sure.
Chuck, you set? All right. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
What is this one, John?
I thought it was, isn't that the Charlie Brown thing?
Yeah.
Fancy.
Shut up.
All right. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any question you may have about the show, go to Russ Martin.
What's the name of this again, John?
Isn't this the theme to Charlie Brown? Charlie Brown is cool.
To answer any question you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show and only during the show, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danantasos.com, djclo.com, treytrenholm.com, and for Chuck on the keyboards, chuckwheat.com. To reach Everett Newton, the rock and roll attorney, call him at his office at 214-823-LAWS or his website, dallasattorney.com. To make a donation or adopt a pet with Operation Kindness, call 972-418-PAWS or their website, operationkindness.org.
Yeah, well, hold on a second. I forgot about this since Johnny didn't call in today.
Yeah.
We've tried to call a meeting of the executive board for Operation Kindness so the advisory board can meet with them. I'm on the advisory board.
Okay.
They won't set up a meeting. They won't answer any questions. They won't talk to anybody.
Have you done anything else outside to make them wonder what you're up to? I mean, any kind of other pressure?
We haven't done anything yet.
Okay, I didn't know.
We wanted to wait
Writing
and see.
letters, emails?
Trey's looked at all the emails that have come back and forth between people on the advisory board to the executive board. The executive board makes all the decisions. Mm-hmm. They won't answer any questions. The guy that actually told Johnny she was out, he said, I don't have the authority to call a meeting of the board. But you got the authority to pop her.
Yeah.
What, Trey?
Well, and also in the bylaws, it states that the advisory board can't, within 72 hours, if they want a meeting.
We can or can't?
Can.
All right.
And the board of directors is supposed to honor that within 72 hours. And they're giving everybody the runaround.
Yeah, there was a letter that went out the day after, maybe 30 hours later after they let Johnny go, or said, you know what, you've resigned, but you can get out now. They sent the letter out, nothing back from the board. And now there's the email going back and forth from the president, whatever his name is, Bennett. Yeah, I don't have the authority to call this meeting.
Okay.
You need to pull your collective heads out and look at the bylaws and realize you guys are days late on this.
He knows what he's done. He's afraid to see you.
And I've backed away from this just to wait to see what's going to happen because I didn't really want the shelter to suffer because you got a few a-holes making decisions for the animals. But I think I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is they say they want to meet with individuals on the board of advisors. It's kind of, they're trying to divide and conquer deal. They don't want to face the whole group, so they want to set up meetings one-on-one with various board members.
No.
And that's not the way it's supposed to work.
No, and I'm tired of jacking around with them. I wanted to, Johnny even asked, wait, give it a little time, see how it's going to play out.
Well, that's
possibly they'll come back and, we'll come to some type of compromise where I feel like, okay, I'm okay staying with the shelter. And they get something that they want. But so far, they've turned into dicks, and they're not doing anything. So now I believe I'm going to unleash my hounds.
No.
Oh, man.
Does he know you or anything about you?
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
But because the whole decision came down to just pull Johnny out 2 weeks before her resignation. And the way they did it. Because nothing's happened, I guess they thought, well, we've gotten past the worst.
We've weathered it. What could possibly happen now?
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dan. The whole thing, it just stinks, and you hate the fact that the animals are the ones that are going to suffer because the donations are going to dry up because you got a few people. What is this, Trey?
It's his contact information if you want it.
Where'd you find it posted?
It was in the emails. He sent that to the board of advisors saying, anyone feel free to call me.
Is it on the Operation Kindness website?
I'll have to go look.
OperationKindness.org is where you go look for it. Mr. Bennett. looked at him. I'm tired of dicking around with him.
Well,
you got Johnny, who's been there for 22 years, put Operation Kindness in the situation that it is, put him in a multi-million-dollar facility, and they let her go via email. You can blow me.
And now he's breaking his own bylaws.
Yeah, we don't have time for meetings, and I don't have the authority.
You don't have time. What else are you doing?
And he's feigning ignorance of the bylaws, which, if you're president or vice president of organization, it seems like you should be pretty familiar.
Get in that position?
I don't know who he is. I never heard of him until this whole stink came up. But now I'm tired of waiting. I don't care what else Johnny wants. I'm going to have to intercede.
It's in your court.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
The official caterer of the Russ Martin Show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. Their website, sugarbabiesbbq.com. Limo service is provided by Limo George. His website, limogeorge.com. Russ gets his guitars and band equipment from the Guitar Center. Their website, guitarcenter.com. The official liquor store of the Russ Martin Show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. I'm sorry, the official liquor store of the Russ Martin Show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website is majesticliquors.com. The official photographer of the show is Jim March. His website, jimmarch.com. And the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
All right. Did you plug the Operation Kindness website?
OperationKindness.org, 972-418-PAUSE.
Good. All right. See you guys Monday.
Bye. Weekend.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info. Feel my pimp hand.